CBC Sports.
They came from sea to sea, full of bright hopes. Brier rookies who finally reached a huge, elusive goal. They were one step closer to their dream of turning their Purple Hearts into tankard laurels. That's when they too would join curling's royal class. The big names they'd long followed and inspired them to pursue this long road. The favorite at Kamloops was Alberta's Kevin Martin, the only skip in this year's field with a Labatt Brier to his credit. Now a second Labatt tankard is within reach. It was all kisses and hugs with wife Shauna in '91 when he claimed Alberta's 17th Brier and added to that province's great curling tradition. Martin's new team made tracks here and pretty well avoided danger. But he couldn't buffalo Manitoba in the round robin or the quarterfinal, setting up a sudden death semi-clash against Quebec. As this drama played out, it didn't exactly become a laughing matter. The momentum swung back and forth, with Martin using a gentle tap back for 3 in the 6th to regain control. But Quebec skip Don Westphal's team kept clawing back thanks to a little luck when this tap and roll in the 9th knotted things once more. With concern written all over the Alberta faces, the skip delivered under pressure. Martin's last rock draw to the forefoot. A huge sigh of relief. Loser in the semis in '92 and '95, Martin's very much on a mission, looking for the world next.
You hate to go to a world championship lose, because it's almost like you unfinished business. You've got to get back again to prove yourself. And just, it's more of just crossing the T's and dotting the I's to get to the World and win it, to me. You know, I think the Brier is a tough thing to win. Getting to the Worlds is to finish it off properly.
Jeff Stoughton's Manitoba team has also climbed great heights to get here. Manitoba is #1 in men's curling with 24 Brier titles. Harry Burtnick's Labatt Brier win in '95 completed a season of champions for Manitoba. When your provincial field includes the likes of world champions Burtnick, Stoughton didn't have an easy time getting here. Martin's squad found out just how tough the patient Stoughton is. 2 one-point wins by Manitoba blemished Alberta's otherwise perfect record. Stoughton simply capitalized on everything. The quarterfinal proved that. Stoughton will carry Manitoba's curling tradition into another Labatt Brier final.
I think anybody who comes out of Manitoba, they always expect you to do well. The history is there. You look at the last 3 winners. You had Kerry Burtnick, a Brier winner, 2-time Brier winner, world champion, Vic Peters, Brier winner. Dave Smith, the year before that, lost in the semis to Russ Howard. So it's always there. They always expect you to do well. I don't think there's any added pressure, but Manitobans always want to see a Manitoban do well.
So it's Martin versus Stoughton. Championship curling. Today, from beautiful Kamloops, British Columbia, the Labatt Brier final. Battling for the tankard today, we have Alberta's Kevin Martin up against Manitoba's Jeff Stoughton. And we are live at the Riverside Coliseum, and as we said, this is the third matchup between Manitoba and Alberta, and Manitoba won the other two games here at the Brier. And as Kevin Martin said yesterday, after he beat Quebec in the semifinal, he said if Stoughton can beat him for a third time today, he'll buy him a drink, say thank you very much, you deserve the Brier title. But no question, in those other two games, Manitoba got the breaks, particularly in the quarterfinal game when one of Martin's rock caught some debris, allowing Manitoba to go on to win the game. Now we're going upstairs to a guy that knows what it takes to win a Brier, because he's done it 3 times before, Don Dugan and Don Whitman.
Thank you, Colleen. Hi, everybody. Yes, if Jeff Stoughton wins today, that'll mean 3 victories here in Kamloops over Kevin Martin. There won't be much doubt as to the better team. But Kevin Martin yesterday in the game against Quebec, his semifinal 9-8 win, displayed the tenacity and the ability of a former champion.
Well, that's right. You know, all the good teams get there eventually, and he's one of the better teams in Canada. But, you know, all week long, Jeff Stoughton has made the big shots, the right shots at the right time. You'll very seldom see him miss a hit. When he has to put a rock in position, he does that. Kevin Martin likes to throw a little bit more weight. Awesome takeout game they play, and it's going to be an interesting matchup between two games, two contrasting styles.
Well, Stoughton himself has really curled well in the 2 games against Martin.
Well, he really has. He's actually had Martin on the defensive most of the time, where during the week Martin had everybody else on the defensive. So it's going to be a great matchup, and it could be a break that decides this game.
Yes, it could very well be a break that determines the 1996 Labatt Brier champion. Stoughton of Manitoba against Martin of Alberta coming up. Colleen?
Well, Don, Alberta gets last rock in the opening end because of their impressive record of 10-1 during the round robin. So they'll be going after each other right away. The ice certainly has been conducive for that as well. A few things to remind you about. Free guard zone rule, of course, in effect here. Each team has 73 minutes to complete play. Each team also allowed 2 1-minute timeouts throughout the game. Well, we're just about ready for the opening rock of this Labatt Brier final. So we're going to go back upstairs to Don Dugan and Don Whitman, because the teams are set.
Well, the capacity crowd at the Riverside Coliseum in Kamloops anticipates another thriller between these two provinces. 7-6 in round-robin play as Kevin Martin missed his last rock, Manitoba winning, and then it was 6-5 for Manitoba in the 1-versus-2 playoff game under the Page playoff format that has been introduced into the Labatt Brier. Jeff Stoughton curled superbly, as we mentioned, in both games against Alberta. His percentages throughout the week have been very high. As a matter of fact, the percentages of all 8 curlers in this championship game have been very high throughout the week. Jeff mentioned the tradition of Manitoba curling and how everyone expects the Manitoba representative to do well in the Brier. Well, Gary Burtnick won it last year. Vic Peters won it in 1992. And I think the same applies to Alberta. Kevin Martin won in 1991, the last time that province claimed the Brier title. But in 88 and 89, Alberta put together back-to-back wins with Pat Ryan. And at the time, throwing second stones for Pat Ryan was Don Walchuk, who was now the 3rd man for Kevin Martin. So we have shooters with all the talent in this championship game, and we look for a dandy.
Well, there's no question about it. You take these 8 players, these 8 athletes on this sheet of ice, they could play for any team in the world because they're all very good. They're good drawers, they're good strategists, they know the ice, they read the ice, and that sets them apart from a lot of average teams. They're just excellent curlers.
The only advantage that the round-robin winner gets, if he makes this championship game, despite what happened previously in the playoffs, he does have last rock advantage.
And that's a big advantage, especially when you're playing against Kevin Martin. He's going to start off right away and gamble. Jeff Stoughton is testing the waters right away with his opening rocks. He could have thrown it out in front, but he's going to put it in and saying, okay, what's Alberta going to do? If they hit it, he wants to play it wide open. If he throws up a corner guard, there's going to be a lot of rocks in play. And I suspect that'll happen throughout the whole game. A lot of rocks.
Well, this is great to see them going after each other right away, because the only defense to this corner guard, because it's in the free guard zone as it approaches the slightly grayer area of the ice. You can't hit that rock, so Stoughton now has to guard the other rocks. Guarantees rocks in play.
Don Bartlett the lead for Alberta, and the youngest curler in the Brier, 23-year-old Steve Gould, the lead for Manitoba, will attempt to guard the first stone he delivered to the forefoot.
So tight.
And you know, opening end, you have to have a lead that knows draw weight. And Stephen Gould put it right in the 4-foot. And has really set the tone for this whole end, because he put it in the 4-foot. Martin ignored it, threw up a corner guard. And now for Gould, he's going to have to drop one short. And he's done that. Exposed the shot rock a bit. It curled a little bit more than they thought it would. This ice is moving about 3.5 feet from the outside of the 4-foot into the 4-foot. So it's good curling both from the inside out and from the outside in.
That's good.
John Bartlett did such a great job yesterday in the semifinal game, setting up every end.
Well, this could be the big battle. You have to put the rock in the rings or out in front. These two are very, very good at it. It'll be interesting to see who gets the upper hand in this game. And that could dictate the policy, Don.
The postman from Alberta delivers.
I like that.
Normal's good.
Manitoba second, Gary Vandenberg. The only left-hander in this championship game. 1 of 7 who participated in the Brier this week.
Hey, Gary.
So that would have been his out turn coming down the ice as opposed to everybody else's in turn.
Does that make any difference from a skipping perspective?
Well, I quote an old friend, Paul Savage. He says, the rock doesn't know you're left-handed. No rotation is the same. Ice is the same.
Sean Broda's the newcomer to this Alberta rink. Joined the team around mid-season, just before they started their city playdowns.
You know, and I thought yesterday's semifinal game, he was the difference. He made a couple of great shots, but one a very important double on one end that really pulled Alberta out of a hole. And he's done that all week.
Broda's shooter rolls out of play. Will Stoughton now quickly try and go in behind the center guard?
Absolutely. You'd like it in front of the tee line, same distance in the 4-foot. And you know, the interesting thing about this Manitoba team, they do not use stopwatches.
It's all field.
It's all field and communication between front end, second, third, right up the skip. They do not, and isn't that a treat?
Lots of room.
Stop clock is good when the ice changes. So if you start on 24 seconds and it maybe goes down to 22 seconds, you actually have the proof of seeing it. But they say they compare the ice by saying, oh, it's nice, it's good, it's the same as yesterday.
Doogie, the problem you had, they didn't have stopwatches when you were winning.
That's right. The sheets were the same length, though. And that rock took a very late break. I mean, it got half buried, but coming over the hog line, it was by that guard by at least a good foot and a half. So there's big movement at the end here.
It's good. Wow.
Sean Broda again going after the shot stone.
Okay.
When Sean Broda was playing in the provincial final in Alberta and they needed an extra end to beat Frank Morissette, he asked Kevin, when do your knees stop shaking anyway? Kevin's have probably stopped shaking a long time ago.
Playing in a provincial final, something new for Sean Broda. But boy, has he curled well for this Alberta representative.
Normal's good.
Now this rock is over a little bit more, so if you throw normal weight, Kenny Tresser, it'll run very, very straight. You can see Jeff Stoughton has the brush right on the edge of the rock, and if you get out there, it'll run very, very straight. The late break comes at the very end and close to the center line.
Whoa, whoa, close. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Roll it, Gary. Come on. Good.
Didn't get quite the roll that Stoughton was looking for, but Manitoba has shot rock. As a matter of fact, Manitoba lies 2 with the second stone in the back of the 12.
Ward.
And you can see Kevin Martin is giving about 6 to 8 inches of ice for Don Walchuk, so he'll be a little bit quieter than Kenny Tresser's takeout, and that means the rock will curl a little bit more. The quieter you throw the rock, the more it curls.
Okay, hurry. Whoa, whoa.
Walchuk was a bit baffled by his play yesterday in the semifinal, which was a little bit below his usual average.
Wow, when you curl better than 90% 5 times during round-robin play, I guess your expectations are a little higher than usual.
Absolutely.
Bump.
Now you see Jeff has given a little bit more ice. He's asked Kenny Tresser for bump, which means just a little bit quieter in your last one, and that's why he's moved the brush out a little bit more. First takeout right on the edge of the rock, and now it's 6 inches from the rock.
Well, hip. Oh, hip. Oh. All right, Garrett. Come on. Good.
He got a bit of a roll, but not enough to hide it.
Well, that's the quiet weight. You don't get much action to the shooter. A little bit harder, he would have rolled a little bit further, but that's nice touch.
Of course, it might not have come up with the bigger weight.
Shot.
Exactly.
Hurry. Hard. Real hard. Hard. Quick.
Got over a little bit more.
Hard. Hard.
He just nicked the guard. Manitoba is left lying 2.
Worst case scenario, too, because he didn't clear the guard, so it'll allow Manitoba to put up a second guard. And plug both roots to the forefoot.
That's right. If you're going to touch the guard, you want to touch it over big time and open up the out-turn side, so if worse comes to worse, you can at least play the out-turn draw. But he's covered up that whole right-hand side of the forefoot.
Just touch the center line. Okay. Just touch the center line.
This is the best Jeff Stoughton has ever done at the Brier, but as wife Susan looks on, Stoughton's mixed record is one of the better in the country. He has been there 4 times and twice won the mixed in 1988 and 1991.
Line's good, guys. Line's good.
We're checking
Line's
out what
good.
draw weight is right now. Certainly Stoughton is a great mixed player, and I know I've played against he and Tresser several times, and they've got machine-like precision when they're playing.
You heard Jeff say, onto the line. That's very important.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's pretty close to perfect.
Kevin Martin taking a look at the run back.
Thanks.
22 and a half seconds to there should be about 24 to the tee.
So that's just a shade faster than it was yesterday. I think yesterday's ice was running about 23 seconds, but you can see the situation. 4 Manitoba rocks in play, 1 Alberta rock that's really out of play. Worst case scenario here for Martin is that he drives it straight back and doesn't move that rock off the forefoot.
Kevin's wife Shauna watching on.
Yep. Hard.
Will he spill them both? Yes.
Oh, excellent shot. That's a big shot. You know, there's always that danger you can drive it straight back, and then you've really got trouble because you got a guard out in front and the other team lying too. It's a super shot. Look at here. Lots of weight.
Lots of weight. That was an understatement. That one was just humming down here. You could really see it from down here on ice level, the speed of which he threw it, which allowed him to almost get a nose hit on the front one and still roll the front guard way over.
Both Martin and Walchuk are adept at throwing the big hitting weight.
And so accurate. They never miss, although Walchuk missed an open hit yesterday. Not an open hit, but a fairly simple hit. Now for Jeff Stoughton. He's trying to pull this rock around the corner guard on the right-hand side, about a foot off center. He knows the weight. He just threw a guard 2 feet in front of the house. So
Around. Whoa.
room is the big thing.
Whoa. Let her fit. Whoa. Stay with it.
So start to finish now. Wow. Doesn't want it too deep. Beautiful weight, but didn't finish. No, I think he was looking for a little bit more curl in that area.
Sorry about that. Weight wasn't a killer.
What's that?
So the weight wasn't a killer.
Oh, weight was good.
Jeez. A little less ice.
You heard him say a little less ice. He might have pulled it around that corner guard. But I think he was afraid to take a little less. Fear he'd pull on that guard and give Alberta a chance to blank.
Is there the possibility that Martin could still blank?
Oh, absolutely. If he hits it on the high side, he can make the double and roll his shooter out.
Oh, yep. Whoa, yep. Good. Clean. Clean.
But he's playing to hit it on the
Clean.
nose. He's not throwing the big weight.
He's going to take the single point with his final stone of the first end. And with last rock, Manitoba leads Alberta by a score of 1-0.
Let me give you Frank's #1 rule. Never argue with a guy holding a meat cleaver. You don't have to believe me, but I say no other brand of sandwich meat tastes as good as Maple Leaf flakes of ham. I say Maple Leaf trim their meat as carefully as I do. 100% cured ham. I say you can trust the taste of Maple Leaf. I say Maple Leaf is a cut above. You can argue with me, but I don't think you should.
According to Frank, Maple Leaf is a cut above.
Imagine hearing the call of the road, not the road itself. Imagine the world at your fingertips. Imagine an automobile so precisely engineered, it feels as if it were flown from a single piece of steel. Imagine a choice of sedan or wagon for the same price. Introducing the all-new 1996 Mercury Sable. Could you imagine anything better?
Imagine yourself in a Mercury.
A pretty important invention. Just try living without it. But sometimes it just doesn't leave you feeling clean enough. Maestro, let's demonstrate. See what I mean? These are new Cottonelle Moist Wipes. You use them after you use this, and they leave you feeling cleaner.
All clean.
They have soothing aloe, and they're flushable. So if you want your family to feel fresher, cleaner, just better, this is one invention you won't want to live without.
New Cottonelle Moist Wipes. Advanced personal hygiene from Cottonelle.
My dream house would be a big house with stairs that go like this and have a big chandelier. There would be a humongous horse. I'd have the main floor, and I would have a room for my pets. Rusty. His name is Rusty.
To see how you can be home free faster, get expert help, the right plan, and guaranteed competitive rates, see your CIBC personal banker or call now.
1,000 times bigger than this.
At CIBC, we're working to see what you see.
The Labatt Brier on CBC. Brought to you by Labatt. Good Things Brewing. By Ford of Canada, makers of the 1997 F-150, built for today's driving needs. By CIBC Trust, your will and estate planning and investment management professionals. And by Unitel, quality long distance for less.
Obviously, Kevin Martin was hoping to score more than a single point with last rock on the first end, but he was playing defensively for the latter half of that end after a miss by his third man, Don Walchuk, and now Manitoba will have last rock playing end number 2. With last rock advantage, each rink hopes to score more than a single point.
Well, that's the job of the defensive team, is to try and hold your opposite number to score 1. That way you have the advantage of last rock, and hopefully you'll score 2.
Well,
and that's the key. And for Kevin Martin, this end would be interesting to see where he puts this one. I think he called for it out in front. And unfortunately for Bartlett, it's going in the rings.
wait.
He never laid a brush to it. And the first end started off the opposite way. Now Jeff Stoughton is going to throw a corner guard up.
Steve Gould, as I mentioned, the youngest curler this week in the Brier.
Come on, guys.
And his older brother Norm is here as the coach of the Manitoba team.
Okay, Steve.
But Gould hogs the rock.
Yeah.
He smiles about it. I don't know whether it picked something up or whether he simply underthrew it that badly.
Well, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he just threw it a little bit light. You know, it's a very exacting position that you have to throw that rock halfway between the house and the hog line, especially when you're going from the center over to the sides where there has never been a rock thrown. It has a tendency to dig in.
While Gould is the youngest player here, the oldest player in today's game is the Alberta lead, Don Bartlett, at 35.
Take it at the end.
just a young pup still.
Come on, come on. Hurt. Come on. Right up. Right up. Right up. Right up. Right up.
Good shot.
And nice movement there on the out turn. Yesterday it was running very, very straight down that side. And I talked to Shorty Jenkins before the game, and they scraped that side a little bit and pebbled and scraped it and pebbled it to get a little bit of a hill on that side, so there's a little bit of movement.
Yep.
And obviously it's paid off.
All right, hard. Hard. Come on, guys. Come on. Good line. Good line. Good line. Whoa, if you can. Yep. Come on, for angle. Good.
Oh, great shot by Stephen Gould. Great shot.
The game is on in the second end.
Well, the nice thing about it, they got a little bit of separation, and that's good for Manitoba. Of course, Kevin Martin now asking Sean Broda to sit on top of that rock and at a little bit of an angle so that they can play it maybe later on and drive it out of the rings and pass the one at the back of the forefoot.
In the fourth end of their playoff, 1 versus 2 on Friday night, all 16 rocks were in play.
Well, they're not afraid to gamble.
Okay, hurry. Weight's good. Okay. Weight's good. Line's good. Whoa.
Little bump.
Whoa.
Not shot.
Yeah, Sean could have used one of those 550-ton cranes he works with to lift some of the granite out of the house in the game against Manitoba. It seemed that every time the skips were going to throw, there were 5, 6, 15 rocks in the rings.
Gee, this is very exact hurling, and having last rock, this is a difficult situation for Jeff Stoughton. He's got the forefoot very cut off here, very congested.
Line's good. Line's good.
It'll get hard to score his deuce after a while.
Because you're dealing in such a confined area with last rock.
Line's good. Yep. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep. Good.
Neither team is afraid to gamble.
Well, I think Kevin Martin's decided they've got one on the button. I think I better protect them. Just give him this one, because the way those rocks are lining up, Manitoba could hit that top one onto the yellow one. The yellow one would go onto the red one. The red one would take the other Alberta one out and end up lying 3. The thing that's saving Alberta now, there's nice separation on the shot rock and the one in the back of the fort.
Okay. Whoa. Ball. Ball. Clean. Okay, whoa. Whoa, we're by. We're by.
Good communication. You hear we're bumping.
Shot, Sean.
Don Bartlett is such a good ice reader as far as the speed of the rock is concerned, and that is vital when you have someone on the front end who can tell the skip exactly what is going to happen with the stone that's been delivered.
And normally, the brusher that is closest to the rock will be the one that decides how fast or how slow it's going. He'll make a decision where that rock is going. You get a better perspective when you're close to the rock as to the lead, as opposed to the lead sweeper.
We'll see if this one will move in as nicely as the earlier one.
Hard.
Well, the question is, does he have enough weight?
Come on, you guys. Right up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, he's got good line. Come on, hard, hard, hard.
It's moving. He's by the guard.
Keep it going. Get it past. Okay, good, Garrett.
Manitoba lies just 1. Second and third shots belonging to Alberta.
Good shot. Not bad.
7 rock, all in a row.
What do you want to do? Crease that red one? That one? Yeah. Could line up onto the 3, I suppose. Yeah, is it lining up there now? Not really. It's there to pick out, but you can't see it. Can you force him this way? Guard? Guard over here? Over here? Probably over here, eh? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Because he might line us up so we can get him, yeah. Throw a lid.
I think if I was Kevin Martin, this is the danger rock right here. I might want to put a guard in this area as opposed to this area here. I think there's more opportunity on the out turn for Manitoba to promote that rock and maybe just nudge a couple into position.
But as Martin said, perhaps Stoughton will line him up on that side for them. Allow them to double something off if they don't make it.
Line's good. Halfway.
Don Walchuk's company, Moss Lawson, one of the sponsors of this Alberta team.
The only reason I like blocking the outturn side is because Jeff Stoughton put that rock there for a purpose. He went to the outturn side, number one, to see how he could get in there. Number two, and I think he's going to blast
Come on, straight
now.
back. If you get both, it's good. Get this, is great. Play peel? Yeah.
Well, if he hits it straight back, there's going to be a lot of action on a lot of rocks. They'll be going every which way. But his prime concern is moving two of those front guards.
Ken Tresser and Gary Vandenberg, both accountants.
Hey! Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Can't hit it on the inside going across the face or it accomplishes nothing.
Leave it.
Maybe turned it in a bit.
Okay, good.
3 red stones, 3 yellow stones in the rings. Manitoba with the shot rock.
Line's good. Hurry. Okay. Well.
Martin's strategy for most of this end has been to concede 1 point.
Well, there's so many rocks in play, and they're lined up in such a way that I think he has to protect to give them one. Any movement on any of those rocks there would be to Jeff Stoughton's advantage, so that's why he's protecting.
Huh? Yeah.
But you know, I'm still looking at that one that Vandenberg threw, that outturn takeout there on the right-hand side. He could just kind of hit that on 3/4, roll it in for 2.
Yep.
Boy, it looked to me like Kenny Tresser never got out there again.
He's going to hit this one in much the same fashion as his previous stone, and the shooter will also roll out of play.
Tight on both of those? Yeah, do you feel like it? You sure jump quick.
Well, we'll lose, Hey, we might kick it out in the open where you can pick it.
Yeah, well, the one would be in the way, though, for the pick. Let's throw a guard, I guess.
Long guard's not bad. You got my broom?
Yeah, I do. There we go.
Where, right here?
A little less. Be nice to block off both.
Yeah.
Well, the strategy continues. I think that they have to protect, giving Manitoba only one.
Scary end.
But it is a scary end. You know, if you touch any of those rocks out there, it could be a lot of problems.
Either one,
for
either
Alberta.
raise gets the same result.
Right. So I don't care if it's tight or long. You know, we need to guard both.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Room.
Hurry. 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 Hard, hard, hard. Oh. Wow. Not quite far enough.
Stoughton.
How to get that
taking
thing
a
a
look,
corner around it, eh?
possibly being able to drive it back onto the pile in the rings.
Well, the nice thing for Jeff, he has 2 rocks in front of the four.
Yeah.
Same ice?
Less.
and Alberta only has one, so that if he makes this straight back, he could move the Alberta rock out into the open, and he could end up line
they were going
2.
there,
or maybe even 3 if he hits it.
As soon as you let go, they were gone, eh? As soon as you let go, they were gone.
It's just a question whether that one on the button, if they make it, whether it's going to hang around on the one at the back or whether it's going to spin into the open.
See if we can mess it up a bit.
See if you can mess it up a bit. Whoa. He's got big weight here.
Well, he took a couple of stones out of there.
Well, the one that he took out, he really didn't want to take out because that was maybe a saving rock on the outturn side. And I think, once again, Alberta's got to protect.
Got that double for 2, eh? What, won the 4 and the 3? Yeah. No, we'd be shot, wouldn't we? Hard to say.
Again, when they refer to those numbers, those numerals, each stone has a number on it, and he's talking about the 4 and the 3 as the 2 red rocks belonging to Manitoba.
He's got a pretty easy draw for 2 right now. Well, you could, well... What, do you want to blast? No. No, the 1 goes nowhere. Throw a guard. Which side?
Oh, I would definitely throw the intern guard.
Could bump.
Oh boy, the only danger with bumping is if he staggers them. It is very scary.
That might not be bad. Especially if we can leave it here. Yeah. Well, right now, if he hits this, our 3 goes nowhere as it sits. So maybe we just throw it here. Okay. Let's just guard this side. Okay. I don't think he's got anything there, do you? Well, this shooter's going to come back onto here. Yeah. That, you know, if he throws enough, 1. He might get 2. He might get... No. I don't think so. Okay. Another good look at it.
Okay, Kevin Martin is elected to play the guard, which he's really concerned about that Jeff could draw into that area there. But also over here, here's a chance for Stoughton here. He could make this, come across and make contact with that one and get 2 and might have a measurement for 3.
Just a guard. Just guard and draw.
Kevin Martin's elected just to guard his draw for 2.
I got a chuckle out of Kevin Martin's comment, and I'm sure some of our viewers probably did as well. When he said, if I don't make it, he's got an easy draw for 2.
Yes.
He has to be fully in the forfeit. I don't consider that an easy draw.
For these people, it is an easy draw because they've had draw weight all week, and they know the ice conditions. Okay. And there's pretty good guard. Now we'll see what happens. I don't think Jeff can drive that rock back and get 3.
What's that?
Shot.
Son? Think the 3 would go? That's the problem, eh?
I don't think the 3 will go, and that's the center yellow one in between the 2 reds belonging to Manitoba.
Might go.
Anyway.
Oh, want to try a draw here then?
Matter of the double.
Well, double's tough because we could take our own out and give him steal 2, eh? Unless you just want to come off of it with hack weight or so. I don't mind the draw.
Yeah, I'd rather
draw than try and hit something, eh? Let's try that.
Well, being a little conservative here, but it is a good call. He has to be full 4-foot to beat out the second shot rock belonging to Alberta.
But as he said, it was a high risk attempting the double because he could give up to.
Full 4.
Yeah,
He's going to do it all at the end, eh?
I wouldn't say he's being conservative. He's being smart. He's playing very smart.
Well, we hope it does. He'll die at the end.
Jack Stoughton and Nell, his father and mother, watching Jeff with his final stone on this second end.
Line's good. Yep. Yep, for line. Hard for line. Whoa, if you can. Whoa. Close. Line's good. Yep.
He has to be full 4.
Whoa. Yep. Lean. Hard. Come on. Easy. Yep, come on. Hurry.
What a touch.
Oh, what a great shot. Is he far enough? I don't think he is.
He may not be far enough.
No, I think it's just one red. Oh, for a couple of more brushes on that one.
The overhead camera would seem to indicate that the yellow has it by just a bit, but they're going to ask for a measurement.
Oh, 2 feet in front of the house. If they just had a few more brushes on it, it would have been there, but...
It's them by a mile.
You're just saying it's them by a mile.
Oh, that stopped fast, eh?
Try, Jeff. God, that stopped pretty quick. Eh?
Oh, that stopped.
It did dig in.
Too bad. Yeah.
There you see the needle.
Just stop.
He's almost 4 numerals away, and Jeff's rock barely touches, so by a mile is right.
So it's only 1 point for Manitoba on the second end, and after 2 ends of play, Manitoba and Alberta are all even at 1.
The pain of arthritis and joint stiffness can get the better of many people. So today, there's coated extra strength aspirin with the power to relieve your worst pain right where it hurts. Aspirin, it really knows your pain.
That was a good party last night, though. You were down in history.
You were on this phone a long time last night.
Who'd you call? Just for fun, who'd you call?
I called everybody.
Everybody here, everybody back home.
Everybody back home, I gave him a call.
Yeah,
I called everybody back home. I called everyone back home.
What?
Nice. The guy goes bankrupt and his phone bill. Yeah, I hate to disappoint you guys, but you should see the deal I got.
Yeah, and only 3 numbers.
No, all numbers. All numbers.
All right?
Numbers. Yeah, can you call Hong Kong? I could call Hong Kong. Did you call Hong Kong? I called Hong Kong. Nice talking to you.
How did you get this deal?
Aha! Oh, hi. I'm using this ordinary telescope to take a look at auto repairs. My hunch is we're going to see something kind of interesting here, and look, there it is right now. At some places, you're not allowed to see what's going on with your car. However, at Midas, things are completely different. Look at this. They take you under the car. They let you see just what needs fixing and what can wait. You're in the loop, I tell you. Midas, the way it should be.
Karcher pressure washers. Blast away dirt and grime fast. From your car, boat, patio furniture, bikes, your deck, barbecue, eaves troughs, and recreational vehicles. Just about anything. Karcher, the fast and easy way to handle any tough cleaning job.
The fact is, all cars are targets for car theft. New cars may have a higher value, but older cars can bring in big cash for their parts. So if you're not using the club, you're inviting a thief to steal your car. Stop. Don't fall prey to car theft. Get the club. Statistics show that the club is over 99% effective in reducing auto theft. Protect your vehicle from theft with the club. Now available in a variety of highly visible colors.
There are cuts being made to our country's healthcare system. And the fact is, you're going to have to take better care of yourself. HealthWatch is one way to do it. HealthWatch is a number of services we're offering that can help you look after yourself and your family at no extra cost. You'll hear more about it over the next few months. And when you do, listen to what's being said, because it's important and it can help.
The pain of arthritis and joint stiffness can get the better of many people. So today, there's coated extra strength aspirin with the power to relieve your worst pain right where it hurts. Aspirin, it really knows your pain.
Welcome back to the Riverside Coliseum in Kamloops. Tremendous crowds have watched the action all week in this 6,000-seat capacity facility. It's 4 years old and is a perfect setting for this 1996 Labatt Brier. The winner will go on to represent Canada in the World Championships taking place in Hamilton at the end of the month.
Okay, Steve. Shot.
A number of the teams for the World Championships have already been decided. Some familiar names coming back. Eigil Ramsfjell of Norway in his 15th World Championship.
Either he's a really great curler or he's not beating anybody. 15 times. Isn't that great? Good for Eigil.
Up. Get him up. Clean. Yep. Hard.
In the first end, when Stoughton put it in the 4-foot, Martin elected to go corner guard.
Good.
Perhaps after all the rocks in play last end, he's choosing to play a little simpler style this end.
Well, that's very true, especially, you know, he protected the shot rock belonging to Manitoba about 5 times, or 4 times at least. So I don't think he wants to get into that right away.
They want to save the shooter. That's why they're working so hard.
Right up. Okay.
That's right, because by rolling out there, it allows Martin to establish the corner guard game.
At least by throwing up a corner guard, at least Manitoba now can peel them off because there's 3 rocks already been played.
Talking about the 3-rock free guard zone, whichever squad goes on to represent Canada at the World Championships, they have to make another adjustment in their game to the 4-rock zone in international play.
That's right. It is a little bit more difficult when you can't run after 4 rocks, so it is a little bit more difficult. Gets a little congested, although last year it didn't seem to harm anybody. I mean, they got
out of the house.
Stoughton ignoring the corner guard, going to go the center guard game.
Well, it looks to me like Jeff wants to put a lot of pressure on Kevin Martin to finesse the shots as opposed to just playing wide open takeouts. Conversely, Kevin throwing up the corner guard wants to maybe junk it up a bit.
Doesn't seem to want to stop.
No, it's sliding big time.
The Ford Worlds, the event taking place in Hamilton, we referred to March 23rd to 31st. Marilyn Bodo and her Ontario representatives will compete for Canada on the women's side. And it's Martin and Stoughton battling here at the Riverside Coliseum to be the Canadian rep in the men's event.
It's all right.
Didn't come up even with fairly controlled takeout weight through the board.
Well, it looks like out-turn from the outside in, both going away and coming home runs very, very straight. That rock never been a move at all.
Gary would like this rock a little shorter.
Line's good.
And it's very important here that Gary Vandenberg pulls this rock onto the center line, because if he's off the center line, Kevin Martin may even go around it. On the center line, protects the 4-foot. That's what Jeff wants, and that's definitely not what Kevin Martin wants.
Well, it couldn't be any more perfectly positioned on the center line, could it?
Dead center.
Hurry! Oh, ah!
Ooh.
Bit of a nose hit by Sean Broda.
And they yelled off like they wanted that rock to hit it on the nose. You know, if they had brushed it hard, it might have got a little bit of a roll to make a little bit of a corner out of it.
Broda would be a perfect second man to play for you, Doogie. He never says a word. I don't think I've seen him talk to anybody during the games we've televised.
He's just quietly efficient. He goes about his job, does it well, brushes hard. Now for Tresser, an opportunity.
Hit. Hit!
Draw around the center guard.
Right! Hurry! Hard! Whoa! Yep! Yep, 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 yep! Whoa! Got room, got room, got room. Come on now. Easy, easy, easy. Whoa, 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 whoa. You're good.
Pretty nice shot.
Certainly couldn't have come around that center guard by much more.
No, he just squeaked by it. It never moved very much at the end, too. It's still a little bit open. This is a tough shot for Walchuk.
Heavy. Okay. Clean. Heavy.
Whoa, whoa.
You're yelling heavy.
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh, whoa then. Got nothing yet. No.
You see, he's well by the guard by good 6 inches.
No, I haven't got a piece yet.
Got just enough of it to become shot.
Well, the nice thing for Alberta, they pushed the Manitoba rock in so that it's open on the outturn side. So that if it doesn't work out, at least they got a shot with it on the outturn side. Spencer trying to play the same shot, maybe get a little bit of an inside roll behind cover.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hard, hard, hard. Hard, right over, right over. Okay, good.
Well, he came back and nudged his own stone wide open in the 8-foot.
The intern
That
seems
one
to be
took off.
Ken a bit of trouble. He overcurled on both peels last end on the intern side, and that one looked, again, maybe a little tight.
Okay, let's bump it out. Okay.
Yes, it looks like he's having a little bit of trouble, maybe rolling his interns a little inside the intended target. When you do that, the rock takes off a little bit more.
Whoa.
He wrecked on a couple of grounds across the face in the second end, and this time a little bit inside. Good shot by Walchuk here. Beautiful
Alberta now
control.
lies one.
And Alberta doesn't mind playing in this side of the sheet because they have last rock. They'd like to play in the corners. See, the rock is half protected, or just a quarter of it, on the right-hand side.
That's a nice weight.
There's a good chance Jeff Stoughton could hit a half a rock here and roll behind cover to the center guard.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa, whoa.
Lots of room. He's well by the front one.
Yep. Hurry. Hurry.
Oh boy, should have been on it a little bit quicker. Great shot, great hit and roll, but not quite behind cover.
Try, Jeff. It's all right. Just missed, eh?
Just missed, you heard Jeff say. Very compatible, those two. Tresser and Jeff Stoughton. You never see them get upset or frustrated.
You may note Kevin Martin doing a little house cleaning on the way to the throwing end, getting set to deliver his first stone of this third end. It was a bit of debris on the ice that he feels cost him the playoff game, the 1 versus 2 battle against Manitoba on Friday night.
And really, that should be the responsibility of the front end. They should clean
there for life. Okay.
the running path of the rock. And you see Bartlett cleaning it, and now Broda's out there cleaning.
Okay.
But for Kevin Martin, he wants a little bit of movement on this takeout so that he gets a little bit of a roll to the inside behind the center cover.
Clean.
He even wouldn't be a bit upset if he rolled to the right-hand side behind the corner guard.
Oh. Oh.
Stayed right there.
Went down there pretty straight, didn't it?
Then Martin turned to Steve Gould and said, "Ran pretty straight, eh, Steve?"
Shot.
Didn't do a whole bunch.
No.
Didn't have a lot of weight.
Straight for the first part. Came a little at the end.
I thought it might go a bit.
Just bump.
On this ice, if you let the rock, when you let the rock go and your sweepers jump on it right away, it has a tendency to keep the rock straighter for a longer period of time. And that's why sweeping and brushing is so important on this ice, because you can get it started and the brushers can sweep hard and hold it up. So brushing is a very important part of this game, and when you start to brush.
Oh. Hip. Hip. Whoa. Hip. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Whoa.
He couldn't get the inside roll, so he went to the outside to lie shot in the 12.
Well, as soon as he let it go, they yelled, whoa, whoa, which means he might have been a little bit outside the broom, but he got a perfect roll rolling behind the corner guard. And he's going to force Martin here to take one. You can see almost 3/4 of that rock, but that's the falling turn, and I'm afraid Martin is thinking that if he lets it go, it'll fall all the way, so he won't have much of a chance to hit that, so that's why he's drawing.
Can't quite see enough.
Well, neither side has been able to capitalize with the last rock through the first two ends, and Martin won't be able to do anything on this third end. The best he can hope for is to pick up one.
Hurry. Hard. Hard.
The hand, dog.
Oh boy, they're yelling for Dunn. Get out there, Walchuk, to give him a hand.
Hard.
Died like a dog, eh?
He doesn't make the rings. It's a steal for Manitoba. And after 3 ends of play, Manitoba leads Alberta 2-1.
It shine.
Elite curlers are everyday people. Faced with too few hours, they somehow make ends meet by answering the call.
Carrier.
It involves constant juggling, sometimes running their own businesses, and devoting those all too precious moments with their kids. They have to deal with all the media obligations, and then still finding time to expand the trophy case. It's a delicate balancing act rewarded at this level only by winning.
It's a game we love, but work comes first. That's, I think all of us on our team understand that. Like, we certainly don't want curling to become in the way of our families or work. But at the same time, you know, you want to make a big commitment to the game, and so it is. It's tough to juggle, and I guess you give up some things on the other side of the coin, maybe in the summertime. And for me, I seem like I'm paying back all the days I traded to curl in the summertime, so I'm working all summer then.
At times over the last few years when I've been curling, we've also been having children. We have 2 young children now, and the job I have entails that I travel about 3 weeks out of 8. And a lot of the other guys on the team also have heavy work commitments and family commitments. It's very, very difficult.
I'm lucky, actually. Pierre and I are both lucky being golf pros in the summer. We get a lot of time to practice and play, and the family's pretty supportive of that, so that's nice. And we try to limit our bond spilling, though. I mean, we only played about 6 or 7 this year, so that's not really a lot. Heavy early, and then later on just personal practice and a couple of spills here and there, but that's mainly our routine year in, year out.
For me, the work, it's been very good to me. They've given me time off, either most of it holidays, but most of the time if I want to do some traveling and that, it's not a problem to get a little time off. And again, the home life, it's pretty tough. We've got 2 little boys now, a 4-year-old and almost a 2-year-old, so it's tough missing them, but Susan's always happy if we come home with a little extra cash, so it's not too bad.
Paramount toward the success of this demanding lifestyle is spousal encouragement.
to really be able to juggle it, I guess I owe a lot of it to Denise, my wife Denise. Without her, there would be no way to juggle that kind of schedule. So it's the partnership that gets you through that, because there is a lot of times we're gone on weekends, and you need help from your wife for that.
Lines feel good, guys.
And the first rock of the fourth end makes its way towards the top of the 12-foot.
Good. That's good. Shot, Steve.
And slides right in to bite the 4.
Listening to Kevin during the break there, he was saying that he threw fine draw weight. It just got stuck in the frost. We saw the frost creep in a little bit yesterday.
Well, I think he's going out into an area where there hasn't been many rocks been played, and I think it just dug in on him. And this is a pivotal end for both teams. And number 1, Manitoba, put one in the 4-foot. Now, if they can steal another one, they've got pretty good control.
Down the middle, eh?
Kevin Martin, of course, is going to throw up a corner guard and say, well, we better get 2 or try and score 2 here and take control away from Manitoba. That's what this game is all about, control. Making sure you're ahead, have last rock playing the even ends. That's what it's all about. And control goes from one team than the other, depending on the quality of the shots they make and or miss.
Line's good. Got a
In their round-robin game won by Manitoba 7-6, Stoughton was able to steal the winning point on the 10th end after tying it on the 9th. Prior to that, Martin had taken the lead by stealing a single point on the 8th end.
Now that rock just came in a little bit too tight, because it affords Alberta now to make the double and maybe sit to the corner. If it's a little bit further out, there's a good chance they cannot make the double.
Wow. Whoa.
It looked like Bart would give this one an awful push. Did. Boy, and he was lucky to get the front one. As soon as he let it go, Kevin Martin kind of hung his head, because he knew he threw it out there. Now for Vandenberg, of course, he wants to put a guard on maybe a couple of feet shorter than Stephen Gould's guard.
In 91, Vandenberg played lead for this Manitoba team at the Brier in Hamilton. Won, of course, by Kevin Martin of Alberta.
Line's good.
It was quite a busy curling year for Stoughton that year. He won the Manitoba men's, then the Manitoba mixed, and then he came to the Brier almost curled out, he said.
Yep.
Then he went on to the mixed and won that, but he's done a lot of curling that year, because when you think of all the cash fields, they do too.
Now that's a nice distance for a guard, especially when you're trying to steal a point. And interesting call here. Kevin Martin's decided that he's going to let it all hang out this end. He's not going to play the run back. He's going to try and corner freeze this.
Hurry.
Well, just take a look at draw weight. Sometimes you don't see it as much when you're coming down the center of the sheet. You'll see it more when you're drawing out to the corners, where the frost will come into play and make it a little bit heavier. By a little bit heavier, we only mean maybe a second or so difference.
All right, shot.
Taps the Manitoba stone a little deeper.
At 20.2 plus a tap, it does look like it certainly is about a second slower than what it was throughout the week.
Good shot by Broda, because he pushed the Manitoba rock into the open on the intern side.
Yep.
It's a big shot for Gary Vandenberg.
Hurry!
That rock is getting to the center line.
Come on! Hurry!
Whoa. He's all over the guard.
Okay. Whoa. Okay.
So Vandenberg was unable to get to the Yellowstone belonging to Alberta.
Not bad.
No, let's go with this.
And now Kevin Martin is looking for a hit and roll from Sean Broda off the shot rock belonging to Manitoba.
Well, he'd definitely like to roll behind the corner guard. He doesn't want to sit right there. He wants to get over to the corner somehow. Right hand or to the left-hand side of the sheet. He'd prefer the left-hand side because it'll be right in behind the guard.
Hurry.
Well, they're going to have to hurry this one. It looked like he let it go inside. He was on the inside of the rock when he let this one go. Oh, and lucky to catch a piece of it.
He came dangerously close to nicking his own.
Well, if it had rubbed his own, he would have been all right, because he would have ticked it over and made contact with the Manitoba rock as well.
His weight certainly saved him on that, because if he had thrown it a little lighter, he would have been...
Well, you know, Colleen, we're sitting directly behind the sheet, and you can tell by the center line that he really let it go badly inside.
Yeah, very tight. But the weight held it for him a bit.
Does Tresser give it a little finger roll as he lets it go?
He has a tendency to give it a little bit of a push with his fingertips.
Okay.
But he's very accurate. I think if he had the choice of 2 turns, he'd rather throw the in-turn, because to me it looks like he lets his in-turns go a lot smoother than his out-turn.
Yet the in-turn this game's been giving him a little bit of trouble, as he's been over-curling them, so he must be rolling.
His release certainly contrasts to that of Martin and Stoughton. That seems to just flow out of their hands.
Exactly. He tries to put a pronounced turn on it.
Walchuk removes the Manitoba stone. Alberta lies 1.
Kind of just gives it a little bit pronounced turn on the end. Just at the end of his delivery. Very smooth, though.
I don't think so.
Stoughton really leans on the brush, trying to get it behind the cover of the Alberta corner guard.
And he gets a nice roll, you know, and that's caused a lot, too, by the way he lets it go. He gets a really pronounced turn on it, a little bit more rotation to the curling rock, so when he makes contact, it spins a little bit more.
Hurry!
And you see Walchuk, the rock just flows out of his hand.
Room. It's got to be there. A lot of room. How's the weight? Not much. Okay. Whoa. Whoa, it's got to curl. Whoa. Freeze. Okay. Hurry. Hurry. Little bump. Hurry. Hurry.
Not done.
Good one. Manitoba still lies 1, but Walchuk's stone is frozen up against it.
I don't know if that helps us. It's a little heavier down that spot.
Yeah, thanks. I hit a frosty patch.
From the old school, they say sometimes second shot rock is better than the guard. But I think in this case, the guard is the shot, because it's over. He's full in the 8-foot. And not only that, if you put it on the side of the 4-foot, Martin's liable to come down and make the double from running his rock on the Manitoba rock and then spinning across the rings.
Yeah, just get it over the line there. Yeah.
So I think this is a good call by Jeff.
And watch the hand of Stoughton. If you'll recall the way Tresser released the stone.
He's got a beautiful curling delivery. He's dead in behind the curling rock.
Got to curl.
Keeps his brush on the broom on the ice, just like Kerry Burtneck.
Got to curl. Got to curl quite a bit. Whoa, if you can. Whoa, whoa.
Oh. The key is they have to pull it by this yellow one. You don't want Martin to play the straight back.
Yep. Hard. Okay. Whoa. Good brushing, guys.
Looks as though Martin is going to try and raise that Manitoba stone back onto the 2 in the rings.
Well, that's exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to come down. He's trying to come down and clip that one on the outside and drive it through this way so that he drives it onto his own. Drives it onto the Manitoba rock. I don't know whether his shooter would spin in.
Hurry. Whoa. Hurry.
But it'd be pretty close.
Yep. Hard. 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 Real hard. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Hard. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Good.
Not bad, eh? Beautiful execution.
Open the hole right up.
Well, the bad part for Martin, you heard him say it. He just opened it up a little bit.
Couldn't stick it there. Trying to stick it there.
I know, yeah.
Drive a truck through this hole.
Yeah. I don't mind quiet hit.
Come off that, too.
You might be able to drive a truck through the hole, Kevin, but it wouldn't be with me at the wheel.
Well, that's true. Well, the nice part of it, Jeff just threw a draw down there. Martin just played a quiet tap back, which is a great shot. Now for Jeff, if he can, the danger rock is the rock close to the center line, not the one over on the left-hand side, the one closest to the center line. He has to worry about curling by that one. If he hits a half a rock, he'll roll right onto the 4-foot.
Just quiet hit.
Kevin Martin may think there's a lot of room between those two stones, but I'm not so sure there is.
Well, what Stoughton has to be very, very careful of is that he doesn't touch the yellow one.
Hard! Hooray!
Oh, he's all over the guard. The long one. He must have turned that one in badly.
Good try, guys. Good brush.
Anxious moments for the parents, Jack and Nell Stoughton. Jack was a technical producer with the CBC for a number of years back in the 60s in our coverage of curling across the country.
Well, that was a huge break for Alberta, because if Manitoba had made that shot, they would have rolled in the 4-foot.
Could be nice down here.
First for Martin, he has a draw. He missed a draw at the last end. He's going with the out turn this time, coming in towards the flat part of the rings, being the center, going from the outside in.
Hurry! Hard, Don!
As he pulled the string again, he did in the last end, enabling Manitoba to steal.
Boy, they're working hard.
Come on, hard, big boys!
Oh, look at this brushing. Unbelievable brushing by the front end.
They got it there, full 8. A lot of hard work by Bartlett and Broda. And Alberta gets the pair to take a 3-2 lead.
Ford Hot Shots with Russ Howard.
Our curling team's faced with a situation here that would scare a lot of teams. We've got 3 rocks in the rings. They're close to the 4-foot area. But what we're looking for here is a rock in my situation only to about this area here. 2 good sweepers can hopefully drag this rock 6 to 8 feet and get it into the scoring area right where we'd like it.
I think sweeping is the most important aspect of the game.
Yep.
Most people tend to oversweep the stones.
Yep.
Right, the line.
You don't have to be Arnold Schwarzenegger to be a good friend and curler. Good judgment is more important than physical strength.
Hurry for line.
Remember, it's the broom that wins the battle.
Whoa, easy, easy. Whoa, 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 go. Yes!
For Ford Hot Shots, I'm Russ Howard.
A 1996 Ford Contour GL worth nearly $23,000 went to the winner of this week's Ford Hot Shots here in Kamloops. The skills competition open to all competitors here at the Labatt Brier in BC. 6 shots for a total of 30 possible points, and it came down to a battle between 2 leads, Rick Perron of New Brunswick and this man, Don Bartlett of Alberta. Perron leading by 2 as Bartlett threw his last one, looking for the double, and he also had to hold the shooter. He got the 2, but the shooter would spin out, giving the beautiful 1996 Ford Contour GL to Rick Perron, who will now drive home to Moncton. For finishing second, Don Bartlett receives 2 Canadian Airlines tickets to anywhere they fly, while third place, Dan Lemery of Quebec rings up a Nokia cellular phone. They are the Hot Shots here in Kamloops.
We make maple leaf wieners for Courtney, who will only eat Mr. Broccoli if he hasn't touched Mr. Gravy. We make maple leaf wieners for Tim, who says peas explode in his mouth. And for Caitlin, whose scrambled eggs must be shaped like little boats. Maple leaf wieners have a taste made especially for kids. For Kenny, who won't eat anything with sauce, and Jason, who won't eat anything without sauce, there will always be maple leaf.
On yours.
Bedwetting. Is it a problem?
Other people knew about it, they probably teased me.
We wouldn't be charging those prices if
Is there a cure, and at what price?
$1,900 for a fair amount of garbage.
Marketplace, Tuesday at 7:30. Concealed war criminal.
The Canadian government knew exactly what was happening.
Radislav Gruicic was an anti-communist informant hired by the RCMP.
I don't think that he did anything this bad.
Ottawa waited 34 years to prosecute. The Fifth Estate, Tuesday.
Well, it took 4 ends for either team to take advantage of last rock. Kevin Martin did with a draw to the 8 to pick up his pair, but it was the hard work of Sean Broda, the second man, and Don Bartlett the lead, along with third Don Walchuk. All 3 brushes working frantically to pull that stone in to be second shot.
Well, there's no question. Kevin Martin didn't make that draw. The front end did, because they brushed it hard from halfway down the ice, and it pulled just to catch a piece of the 8-foot. Great brushing by the front end.
And as Martin said after, he feels one of his stones is just a touch slower than the other. He said, but now that I know it, I'm okay.
That's right. And, you know, a guy being in the curling supply business knows what it's all about. And if he has a little bit one slower, he'll just throw it maybe a fraction harder, or maybe throw the same weight now that his sweepers know. And they'll just brush it harder.
Come on. Come on.
I think if Jeff Stoughton loses this game, I think he'd love to have that last rock at his back.
Shot, Steve. Shot, Steve.
Just never got out to the broom. I think he turned it a bit. It took off for him right away and wrecked in the guard.
And now it is Kevin Martin who is going to try and guard the shot stone.
Lots less. Isn't it?
Quiet.
Right up. Stop the line. Hurry for the line. Come on. Right up the line. Never stop, guys. Never stop the line. Hard. Right up. Hard. Hard, hard, hard. Come on. Right up. Right up.
And again, a good sweeping job to carry that stone thrown by Don Bartlett to within about 4 feet of the rings.
And the rock is open by about half for Stephen Gould on the intern side. You'll have to throw quiet weight.
Whoa. Weight's good.
Whoa.
Line's good. Line's real good.
Watch the roll, Kenny.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Gotta move up just a little bit more.
Oh, nice touch.
Good.
The nice thing about it for Manitoba in that particular shot, Stephen Gould played the correct weight, rolled into the open, has taken the play away from that center guard. Now if
keep your weight up.
Alberta hits and rolls out, Manitoba will go around that center guard, knowing Jeff Stoughton.
Yep. Hard. 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 Good.
Broda gets a roll behind cover in the 8-foot. But there appears to be enough of a hole for Gary Vandenberg to come through and come down to that shot rock.
Well, Jeff wouldn't even mind if he stopped short, but the key on this shot is to bury the rock. He freezes to it so much the better.
Heavy.
Hurry. Come on, guys. Come on, come on, come on.
He's on the guard. And he's going to drive the other Alberta stone into the rings. That was the worst possible scenario for Manitoba.
Well, he really got a bad break there. It's bad enough touching the guard, opening it up, which isn't bad. But then when his shooter rolled over and raised Alberta into the house to lie 2, but the other bad thing is that now there is a rock right on the center line. Kevin Martin's wasting no time to draw in behind it.
Those percentages were prior to the stone just delivered by Vandenberg.
Hurt. Heavy. Okay.
Can you get a minus scoring total?
Heavy.
Sometimes you think they should when the scorers are taking statistics that
hurry.
sometimes one shot really turns an end around so
Might get a
badly
piece.
that
Good call, Don.
He waited maybe a little bit too long to get that rub. A little bit thicker, he rolls right in behind the guard. But it's exposed on the outturn side now, and Manitoba needs a big shot here to get out of this mess.
It's good. Whoa. Right off. Whoa, whoa. Right off. Whoa. Up there. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Alberta still lies 2. Vandenberg got the shot, Stone.
Okay, Gary.
Gary's wife, Alana, and daughter, Kendra, watching the action, although I think Kendra's a little more interested in the liquor she has in her hands than what is taking place in the curling house.
That hole that Gary just came through looks a lot bigger than what it is. The staggered cork's always a bit deceiving.
Well, when you're playing it tight to the guard because you're looking for an inside roll, any guard is really a problem. They're so precise that they're playing for the perfect roll.
Wow.
Sometimes they played a little bit too tight.
Never.
Now this is a tough hit on the outside because it's almost falling all the way.
But he gets the nose hit.
Well, that's a big shot. I mean, that is a difficult curling shot when you're playing kind of a falling or straight turn and from the very corner of the sheet. Manitoba needs a hit and roll here to get out of trouble.
Gonna wait. Quiet hit.
Anytime you're one down and the other team is lying through, you're not in good shape, but it's amazing how one good shot can get you out of the end. You can roll behind the center guard, and you can also roll over to any of those other 2 on the right-hand side of the sheet.
Hip. Whoa. Hip. Oh. Whoa. Yep. 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 Whoa. Whoa. Yep.
There's the roll you referred to.
Oh, beautiful shot. Still partially open, but a great shot.
Tresser has a slight edge on Walchuk in terms of percentage.
He needed about another half a rock roll.
Okay.
Now this will be a little bit of a hot rock here by Walchuk. He'll throw pretty good weight down here. There's always a danger if he hits what he can see, he'll drive it on that rock at the back.
Hurt. Hard. Hard.
As he passed the guard.
Hard.
And there was the danger, as you pointed out. He drove it onto the Alberta stone at the back.
Well, he went by the guard very thin. And if he got by the guard thin, you knew it was going to jam, and that was the danger of it there. And that was the beauty of the roll by Kenny Tresser. Now, really an advantage for Manitoba. They can get one around the top of the 8-foot.
Damn.
Biting the 4-foot, they're in pretty good shape here to score 2.
How quickly the complexion of this end has changed.
Well, it only takes half a shot, and that's exactly what happened. Walchuk flipped the rock out of there.
Roll for line.
But unfortunately,
Good
I
line.
was fortunate driving it on one of
Lots
his
of
own
room.
at the back.
Lot of room. Off. Lots of room, guys.
Lots of room. He's well by the a good 1.5 feet.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Shot.
Weight was beautiful. And no line.
Yeah, there's a chance here. I would think that Martin might be able to get both those red stones.
Well, I think he's concerned just with hitting and rolling now.
You know what?
Maybe a bit.
Kept at 6, I guess.
Just to the hacks.
You hear Kevin Martin saying just to the hack. So this is a very quiet hit. The reason he's playing quiet, he wants to get a little inward roll that can control the rock better.
Hard. Oh. Oh. Clean. Clean. Yep. Oh. Yep. Hard. 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 Right up. 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 Right up.
He got the roll over in front of the Manitoba stone to lie 1.
Ah. Yeah, it went. It started.
Thing really went.
Huh?
That thing really went.
Martin has a wide edge at this point on Stoughton.
Let's go with bump, eh? Bump. Bit more. Okay.
Well, for Jeff Stoughton, he's got to come down here, make contact, but if he rolls his shooter over to this area, it'll be a great shot. He doesn't want to sit and line them up, so a roll is very important here. He can't roll to the left, or he'll drive the other rock onto his one at the back. He'll jam it. So he wants to hit it going across the face and get a little bit of action on his shooter to the right-hand side. Very important that he gets the roll here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Whoa. Yes. Whoa. Whoa. Yep.
Oh, look at this. Is that any good? Oh, that's a gorgeous curling shot.
When you hear them yelling, yes, whoa, you know they're going to be close.
Absolutely. You know they're very, very close. Now for Kevin Martin, he's got a chance to get out of this end. He has to worry about the center guard. He wants to throw enough weight to hit that rock and roll in behind the center guard and make it more difficult for Manitoba to score two. So he needs a little bit of a roll here to the inside.
Yep.
Hurry.
Hard.
Hurry.
Hurry.
Oh.
Whoa. Whoa. Off. 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 Off.
A little bit more weight.
I didn't think he had that kind of weight.
Now Manitoba has an opportunity to draw for two
the edge of that frost,
and take the lead at the midpoint of the game.
All right. I didn't think you were that big. Yeah.
You didn't say I didn't think you were that big. And a little bit more weight.
It's just easy here. We're not making nothing.
Well, Kevin, you're turning 88%. It's a little bit better than Jeff.
We're not putting like any pressure on. Like just none. Just whenever they get the brick, they just have a free-for-all.
That's part of the strategy game, putting pressure on the other skip, making them make more difficult shots all the time.
Really, this end, though, was all Alberta's. They were sitting three for
a long time until Kenny Tresser made that good hit inside roll.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Stay with it. It's clean, guys.
Right to the button for Jeff Stoughton with his final stone of the fifth end, and at the midpoint of this championship game, Manitoba leads by one.
At first glance, this battery looks like most other batteries, except for one important feature. Only a UAP Napa battery meets the top quality standards of UAP Napa. UAP Napa, the right brand for the job.
Available at AutoPro and UAP Napa member installers.
Look, I invented something amazing. 2,000 flushes, blue plus bleach. Powerful blue detergent plus stain-fighting chlorine bleach. 2 cleans in 1 for up to 4 months. 2,000 flushes, blue plus bleach. 2 cleans in 1.
When we go on a road trip, we usually go to Florida. Stress.
The stroller, formula, the diapers. When are we going to be there?
Introducing CIBC Travel Medical Insurance, the most convenient way to get the protection you need. Just call 1-800-403-4459 or drop into any CIBC branch.
I see us driving.
I see us getting aggravated.
For fast, affordable travel medical insurance right over the phone, call 1-800-403-4459.
Kids love it, because when we get there, it's fun.
Okay, gang, it's a race to Tim Hortons. The last team there buys the soup. Go!
At Tim Hortons, we're very proud to be the official sponsor of Canada's 3 national cycling teams. Of course, we're just as proud to be able to serve them and you a nourishing bowl of soup with a tea biscuit for only $2.29. And you could win a trip to join our cycling teams in Atlanta.
So who's fine today, guys? Same as always.
Man, we gotta stop going in circles.
Maybe you think only those fast lane types need a Nokia cellular phone.
Well, Bob, I'm running late.
Well, now Nokia's making cellular phones so easy.
So, cover for me during finger paints?
They're practically child's play.
Right, it's Science Day.
With Nokia's big screens, easy to find names and numbers, and sleek designs.
Cooch, could you handle sandbox for me? I'm like in a 4-lane parking lot. We're talking rest period before I get there. Oh, I forgot my show and tell.
So now we can all be in the fast lane. Nokia, Europe's leading cellular phone, also made in America, connecting people.
Look, I invented something amazing. 2,000 flushes, blue plus bleach. Powerful blue detergent plus stain-fighting chlorine bleach. 2 cleans in 1 for up to 4 months. 2,000 flushes, blue plus bleach. 2 cleans in 1.
At first glance, this strut looks like most other struts, except for one important feature. Only UAP Napa struts meet the top quality standards of UAP Napa. UAP Napa, the right brand for the job.
Available at AutoPro and UAP Napa member installers.
Welcome back to Kamloops, the Labatt Brier final here at the Riverside Coliseum. Manitoba leading Alberta 4-3 after 5 ends of play. The scoring recap for Alberta: they opened with a single in the first end. They struck for a deuce in the fourth end. Kevin Martin joins us now. Looks like we're in for a battle all the way once again, Kevin.
It looks like it, you bet.
I guess you must have known Stoughton was going to show up today, eh?
Oh, yeah, no question. We're just sort of hiding it right now. We're not playing really well. You know, we're not putting much to them. So, you know, we got kind of a lucky deuce in 4, really. We didn't really make anything to earn it. So hopefully we can come out in the last 5 and play decent and get after them.
Your team seemed to have control in that fifth end until Tresser made a nice roll on his shot. But at one point you were sitting 3 in that end and looking like you were going to force Manitoba to a single till the roll came along.
Maybe. None of them were behind guards, though. So.
That's a very good point. What are you doing the rest of the way? Got the hammer. That's the good news.
Well, we only have a little over an hour left of this thing, so we might as well keep after them and see who can outlast each other, I guess.
Sounding like it's going to be the exact same sort of games that you had during the round robin and the quarterfinal, right to the bitter end.
You bet.
Okay, that's the way we like it too, Kevin. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks.
Right now we're going back upstairs to Don, and Don with their thoughts on the first half of the game.
Thank you, Colleen. Well, we heard Kevin Martin, Don, say we're not putting any pressure on Manitoba. And in the 2 games they played, in the round robin and in the playoff 1 versus 2, Kevin Martin had Jeff Stoughton under a lot of pressure throughout most of those matches.
Well, you're right, but I think Jeff Stoughton reacts well under pressure. You know, you and I were talking just at the 5th end break that Jeff is curling 56%, and he's 1 up, so that's not a bad case scenario.
When you're only curling 50%, it's which percentage you make.
Right.
The second shot is the most important one usually.
Absolutely.
So it's Manitoba leading by a point. Let's go back to Colleen.
Thanks, Don. The scoring recap for Jeff Stoughton, scoring singles in the 2nd and 3rd end, then a deuce in the 5th end. They lead 4-3 after 5 ends of play, and I harken back to your draw in the 2nd end. It was a very tough draw, but by golly, you almost made it. Tell me about that shot. You must have thought you had it.
Yeah, it was real close. I mean, it just seemed to stop in the last 6 inches. The guys judged it well, and it's just one of those things where it just put on the brakes right in the forefoot. So it was close. It just a reminder that it might slow down a little bit in the forefoot, but things are going well now.
Bad break there for you in the 4th end when you were coming through that very narrow port and you just racked on the long guard.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You know, I was a little tight to the broom, and if it gets over there, it's going to go a little bit better. We were watching Kevin's, and it seemed to run really straight, so we were hoping ours would stay there, but I just got it going a little bit.
In the 5th end, wasn't looking all that terrific for you for a while there as they were sitting 3 till Tresser made the nice roll.
Yeah, it's just, you know, that's the free guard zone for you. You know, you can be laying 3, and then you turn around and they get a 2-ender on you. So we were laying pretty good the last end. He got 2, so it's one of those things.
Okay, Jeff, good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
All right, and we're going upstairs to your buddies, Don Duguid and Don Whitman.
Thanks again, Colleen. And Don, what do you look for over the final 5 ends of this game?
Well, I think whoever has last rock is going to really gamble and score there, too. I don't think there'll be much difference between these 2 teams coming home, and I think the big advantage is whoever holds the last rock coming home.
Well, Kevin Martin said we have to put some pressure on them, and so far he really hasn't been able to do that. Actually, from the opening end, he wasn't able to put pressure. He was playing more or less a defensive game in the latter stages of the 1st and 2nd and 3rd ends.
Well, that's right. They're playing very conservative. They're not going to let any one team get away from it, but I would think that there's going to be more corner guards thrown the last 5 ends than there was the first 5 ends, and I think there'll be more rocks in play.
Well, it should be a dandy final 5 ends in this championship game. Manitoba currently leading Alberta by a single point. Let's go back to Colleen.
Thanks, guys. It's 5-4 for Manitoba, 4-3 for Manitoba over Alberta. When we come back, we'll be looking at How curling thrives in small towns across the country. We'll have that story next. Stay with us.
Condition my hair? Always. But I don't just use any conditioner. It has to be Pantene Pro V conditioner. Here's why. You can lose your shine because hairs can split all over, not just at the ends.
Pantene's Pro Vitamins penetrate deep into the roots, while the conditioning formula finds and reinforces all the weak areas. So for hair so healthy looking, it shines. Pantene Pro V Conditioner.
Try it. Split hairs don't have to happen.
Aha! Oh, hi. I'm using this ordinary telescope to take a look at auto repairs. My hunch is we're going to see something kind of interesting here, and look, there it is right now. At some places, you're not allowed to see what's going on with your car. However, at Midas, things are completely different. Look at this. They take you under the car. They let you see just what needs fixing and what can wait. You're in the loop, I tell you. Midas, the way it should be.
Let me give you Frank's #1 rule. Never argue with a guy holding a meat cleaver. You don't have to believe me, but I say no other brand of sandwich meat tastes as good as Maple Leaf flakes of ham. I say Maple Leaf trim their meat as carefully as I do. 100% cured ham. I say you can trust the taste of Maple Leaf. I say Maple Leaf is a cut above. You can argue with me, but I don't think you should.
According to Frank, Maple Leaf is a cut above.
Many traits combine to make a good curler. Creativity, innovation, and dedication. I'm Russ Howard, and throughout this series, I'd like to share with you a few of the tips that have helped make me successful. Here's a shot we were faced with in the '92 Skins game. All we've got left is a double raise onto the top of our red one. We're trying to drive the red one straight back. All we can really do is hope that the angle comes off a little bit differently, because the angle, the way we've got it lined up here, is actually going to miss the red stone. But we played this shot enough that because they're closer together, if I hit it dead on with sufficient force, we can change the angle 6 to 8 inches, and it worked. Geometry is the key to a good hitting game. It's like snooker on ice. If you want to be successful, you had better know your angles. For Ford Hot Shots, I'm Russ Howard.
The story of the Labatt Brier doesn't take place only on the ice. Curling's deep-rooted tradition goes from kids jamming cans to small towns, where participation spawns a community spirit unmatched by what you would find in the big cities, like Toronto, or Vancouver, and Montreal. That point was hammered home once more when attendance at Riverside Coliseum topped 120,000.
I think curling does survive better in the smaller towns across the country. It seems to be a little bit more popular. Some of the bigger centers too. You don't have the homegrown curlers, I guess, that are coming up from curling clubs, curling centers. They're from outside areas now. So I think curling is more popular in the smaller towns.
In some of the bigger cities where it's being hosted, you don't get the feeling that curling is not, they don't know the Briers in town. Whereas Kamloops, for instance, a nice size 75,000, 80,000 people here. Everybody knows the Briers here. And so it's a big event, and it just makes you feel like a part of the big picture.
For BC skip Barry McPhee and his team from the Kamloops Curling Club, this Labatt Brier was truly special.
For my team and myself, it feels like this is our 30 seconds of fame. We're very, very well known here now in the city of Kamloops. The pictures have been in the paper. We've been interviewed. There's people coming up to us that are, shaking their hands, hitting us on the back, congratulating us, wishing us well. I mean, it's a fantastic experience. This is not a big city. It's a whole different kettle of fish if you were representing the Brier and you lived in Vancouver and it was in Vancouver.
Then again, Kamloops' enthusiasm now is in keeping with its Canada Summer Games success.
I've got to take you back to 1993 in the Canada Games. CBC did an awful lot for assisting us in getting the Brier because they put our city on the map. You know, if you watched it on television, like if you're a citizen here, you don't see how beautiful the city is. Of course, as you know, we had 8,000 volunteers in that. And I think that's when the CCA realized that, hey, these guys can get the support and the volunteers especially. And I got to tell you, the volunteers are what makes this thing. I'm the guy you're interviewing, but they're the ones that are doing the work. The directors and our volunteers here are beyond anything you can imagine.
Kamloops has done a great job. Manitoba leading Alberta 4-3 after 5 of the Labatt Brier final. We'll be back with the second half of the game when we return after this.
Gillette's revolutionary clear gel antiperspirant. Not a stick, a soft gel that goes through underarm hair to the skin surface where wetness begins. For powerful protection, Gillette Clear Gel Antiperspirant.
Maybe you think only those jet set types need a Nokia cellular phone.
Hi, it's me. Flight's delayed.
Well, now Nokia's making cellular phones so easy.
Late. Can I skip my bath?
They're practically child's play.
Attention, Flight 11 is delayed.
Can I call you back?
With Nokia's big, easy-to-read screens, last number redial, and sleek designs.
No, don't hold dinner. I'm eating my body weight in hot dogs. No, wait up. You gotta tuck me in.
So get set to join the jet set. Nokia, Europe's leading cellular phone, also made in America, connecting people.
The museum closes in 10 minutes.
There's no toilet paper. Oh, boy. Here we go. Hey, this way.
Introducing new Scott Purex Extra. It's as pillowy soft and strong as ever, but now it's also extra long. In fact, it's a double roll.
I'm coming. This Scott stuff never runs out.
Scott Purex Extra. Soft, strong, and now twice as long.
The fact is, all cars are targets for car theft. New cars may have a higher value, but older cars can bring in big cash for their parts. So if you're not using the club, you're inviting a thief to steal your car. Stop. Don't fall prey to car theft. Get the club. Statistics show that the club is over 99% effective in reducing auto theft. Protect your vehicle from theft with the club. Now available in a variety of highly visible colors.
Bad heartburn can make sleeping a real pain, but Gaviscon soothes the pain. Then, unlike regular antacids like Maalox and Diavol, it quickly forms a barrier that helps stop acid from splashing up. See, when you're lying down, it's easier for acid to flow into your chest and burn, but the Gaviscon barrier helps stop that. And lets you think about other things. Sheet, for instance. Gaviscon, putting a barrier between you and heartburn. Night.
Face it, no other razor shaves closer or with more comfort than Gillette Sensor XL. No razor is better.
Welcome back to Riverside Coliseum for the Labatt Brier final. There's 5 ends to play. Manitoba leading Alberta by a single point. We're ready for the 6th end as we go back upstairs to the lovely, talented, and handsome Stoughton.
Colleen, did somebody put something special in your breakfast cereal this morning?
Okay, so it's a stretch, the handsome part. Lovely and talented, very accurate.
Come on.
Alberta
good,
with
guys.
last rock
Top
on
four
this
is good.
6th end.
During the 5th end break, Coach Norm Gould was out changing the heads of the synthetic brooms for Manitoba.
Okay.
What happens is they get very wet and frosty conditions. So while you aren't allowed to change your actual broom, you can unscrew the head of the synthetic ones, put on new dry ones.
13.5.
Finally, we found a use for the coach.
Yeah. For me, it would be a vacuum cleaner head. Todd Bartlett curling 84%. This is a big shot. I think Kevin Martin's resigned himself to the fact that he has to score 2 here or more to really take control of this game, and he's asking Bartlett to throw up a corner guard. And while it's a little bit long,
Got a hair under it.
it's a pretty good spot. Of course, Jeff Stoughton from Manitoba. If he steals a point here, there's no question that he has control of the game. And you know, it's like a kind of a cat and mouse game. First one team, then the other is trying to score 2 and take control of the game.
Line's good. On the line. Line. Line's good. Good there. Yep. Shot, Steve. Okay, Steve, good.
Well, that's about as perfect as you can play. There's lots of separation between the rock and the house and the guard. There's about 6 feet, so there's lots of room for Alberta to come around and corner freeze as well.
The other shot he could play, of course, is the hit and roll for a second corner guard on the other side.
Of course, the key to this rock is that it must be corner frozen. Even flush to it is fine, but corner frozen is the ideal shot, so you can make a play on it later on in the end.
Hurry! Hurry! Go.
Got past the rock out front, but is short of the object stone.
All right.
But now there are 2 rocks protecting the Manitoba stone.
Well, the bad case scenario for Don Bartlett on that shot, he's completely covered the in-turn side that they had access to the rock, because it was a little bit open there and they could have maybe made a play on it. By stopping short, he's taken that away from the Alberta team.
Come on. Come on. How's the weight? All the way again. Come on. Come on. Do it. Come on. Come on, guys. Keep it going. Keep it going. Okay.
Well, that should eliminate the possibility of any runbacks.
Well, no question. As long as those rocks are staggered, there's no danger of a run back. Big shot here for Alberta. And I mean huge. And the key for him is that he has to half bury it around the one in the 4-foot. This is a tough shot because there hasn't been too many outturns played through the whole game here. There's been a few, but not many.
Kevin did call it not in the 4-foot, but to be in the 8-foot.
Okay, well. Oh, weight's good.
Well, the key is that he wants to get it buried.
How's the weight?
See him calling him off it.
Are we by it? Oh, no, okay. Off it. Oh, it's going by it.
Great shot. Corner freeze to the Manitoba shot stone.
Well, I might have swept that one and pulled it around that one in the 4-foot, because now when Jeff Stoughton puts a guard on, it's very tough to get off.
I agree.
I mean, they should have really worked hard on it because he stopped right beside the rock. If it's in the 4-foot, at least Manitoba has to make a play on it, and anything can happen.
Come on, hurry. Pretty long, Jeff. Hurry. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Vandenberg is going to rub the 2 stones out front again, but he does cover the outturn access to the shot stone.
Now with this call, it looks like we could have 16 rocks in play this head.
Soon.
Martin trying to put the rock in position somehow to make contact with that Manitoba rock. Or at least make Manitoba, if he stops beside it, make Manitoba make a play on it so that maybe they can hit and roll to the inside.
Okay, line's good.
He's sort of like a shark circling for the kill. You know, he's not asking to have shot rock. He's just getting them in position and maybe put a bump onto the red Manitoba rock.
Hard. Whoa. Whoa.
They have to take so much to ice to get in there that it's dying on them a little bit in the frost.
Look at this mess. Oh, man. See, that was a good chance there, though. I mean, the top 12 there. We got both sides loaded up. We're just here.
Open it up. Well, you know, it looks like they're not lined up there. There's a little bit of separation between those 2 yellow ones out in front. And if Manitoba hit it a little bit on the high side, they could make that shot, but it's a little bit dangerous when you're playing with the opposing team's rocks.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Let him move. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, no. Yep. Good. Okay, Ken.
Starting to look like the Great Wall of China out there, isn't it?
It's going to be difficult to do much except maybe play a triple raise.
Well, he's trying to raise one of Manitoba's rocks on the two that he has in front of the rings.
Yeah.
The danger for Manitoba is those rocks are close to the rings,
Rocky
and
brought it
somewhere
to a hack.
along in this end, it could prove disastrous for Manitoba. You got a wall of 4 Manitoba rocks out in front, then 2 belonging to Alberta close to the rings.
Room. Wow. Close. Wall. Wow.
Rock has a lot of curling to do to make contact with that.
No roll. No roll.
The rock he was attempting to raise onto his own rolls into the 12-foot. Manitoba has first and third. And again, Jeff Stoughton is concerned about the possibility of that angle raise on the 2 stones sitting out front.
Well, he's covering them up, but I tell you, there's another rock that is looming very, very dangerous, and it's way over on the right-hand side, and it's a yellow one. That, at the last-ditch effort, Martin will play that one. Especially with Manitoba putting another rock in the 12-foot, they could come off either one of them. And I'll tell you what, I think Ken Martin will play that eventually.
Well, he made a similar type shot in round robin play.
Not at all. Not at all. Okay.
I like that. I don't think you need more than down normal.
Well, you see, you remember I talked about that rock away up in front?
What's that? One on the outside there is going to come in.
Well, you see where Manitoba pushed that rock to there. That allows Alberta to play this long raise, and if he hits this one, he'll come across here like this and make that kind of shot. Even if he raises it and hits the yellow one. But by that rock coming into the 12-foot on the left-hand side, that prompted this call by Martin.
Hurry. Oh, yep. Whoa. Hurry. Whoa.
Got 2 chances here.
Off.
Look at this.
Oh, what a shot. I mean, it hit it a little on the high side, but that was the beauty of having that one out there. He could eat either one. One on the left-hand side or the one on belonging to himself.
Just a fraction thicker, and he is going to be lying too.
Yes, absolutely.
You just play a little tap on that.
Or if he hit that one on that he's trying to play now, Jeff Stoughton is trying to play now, he would have been lying too buried.
Last rock on this 6th end belongs to Alberta.
You know, all these teams, the Howards, the Werenicks, the Stoughtons, and the Martins, are always looking for these angles.
Whoa. Yep.
What damage will Stoughton do?
Sure.
He is going to roll his own stone to the back of the 12, but Manitoba still lies 1.
You had it right. What's that? You had it right.
Now for Kevin Martin. He's looking, he's down the ice, and he's looking at the...
Not too bad of a bump. We can get it here. Don't have a lot of room. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Guess freeze.
And he was looking at actually raising the Manitoba rock onto his ones close to the rings. But he's elected just to play the cold freeze to the one on the back of the 12-foot belonging to Manitoba.
I wonder if we can duck a little piece around, eh? I don't know. Yeah, well, the raise might not be that easy, we're thinking. I don't really like this very much, Donnie. Just want to draw in? Yeah. Yeah, let's duck one in there. Yeah, that's good. You know it's going to finish if I can get the right weight. Yeah. This is wide open, eh? Yeah, okay. Need to go right here, eh? Yeah. Yeah, should finish good at the end.
Well, for Kevin Martin, the key is that he wants to pull the rock into this area here. He certainly doesn't want to leave it out here where Jeff Stoughton can come down and hit and roll in this area. So he wants to make sure that it's buried. And this is the tough part about this shot for Kevin. If it ever runs straight on him, hangs open, he could be 2 down.
Kevin Martin's first stone of the 6th end.
Fruit line. Hart. Hart. Hart.
Room. Room.
Oh.
He's got a lot of weight. Not much rotation to his rock either. Oh boy.
He's going to slip right through.
Jesus Christ. What a difference between the 7 and the 8, man. God damn. I still got them pretty big. I did throw it pretty big. I wouldn't have shit though. You know?
Well, we made reference earlier to the fact that Martin was concerned about the number 7 and number 8 rocks he was using.
He feels the number 7 rock is a little bit faster. That means that rock is just maybe a little bit duller and not as sharp as the number 8 rock. Number 8 rock being sharp digs in a little bit more. Number 7 a little smoother, glides a little bit more. There you see it in the back of the pack.
What's that?
That's fine. He's supposed to touch 4 if we put it in the 4.
The tough part for Martin is that, you know, how do you gauge? I mean, if he has to throw the 8 and it's a little bit heavier, how do you gauge how hard to throw it?
And Jeff Stoughton here could put some real pressure on Kevin Martin when he gets set to throw his final stone on the 6th end.
Well, he's trying the same
line.
draw that started out this end. He's going out a little bit wider.
Stay close.
The rock will run very, very straight.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
This is the one that he had in the 2nd end.
Yep.
Look at this. Oh, what a gorgeous curl. Oh, he touched it. Oh, once again, they left it too long. What a beautiful shot that would have been if they had got it by the guard.
Well, I think Jeff called them off.
Hey? No, I just started to cut.
Oh, if that gets by the guard, it is on the can, right on the button. He just touched it.
Moved pretty good at the end, eh?
Yeah.
Man. That would have been touching 4 for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Tough draw for Martin, especially when you went through the house with the first one. You got the sharp rock and you have a tendency to take a little bit off it. Boy, the front end has to be very, very sharp here.
Could just be the slightest doubt in his mind as to the weight to throw.
Hart.
There sure would be after you've just thrown one through and now you're throwing your heavier rock.
Hart. Hart. Hart.
You hear Bartlett yelling, weight's good.
Hart. Hart. We're back.
Oh, he's got a good-looking shot if it stops in time.
Will it dig in enough? No, it's going to slip too far. Manitoba is going to steal one. They may measure, but it certainly looks as though Manitoba has got one. Don Walchuk taking another look at it, and he concedes a single point to Manitoba on the 6th, and Manitoba has opened up a 2-point lead in this Labatt-Brier final.
I think Ford has had its best successes when we've gone in our own direction. This is why we've given the Canadian car buyer a choice between the Taurus sedan or wagon at the same very affordable price. So they can choose the Taurus that meets their individual needs. Sedan or wagon. It's an original idea. It's a good idea.
Redesigned, re-engineered, reinvented, the 1996 Ford Taurus.
No. That was a good party last night, though. I mean, it was down in history.
You were on this phone a long time last night.
Who'd you call? Just for fun, who'd you call?
I called everybody.
Everybody here, everybody back home.
Everybody back home, I gave them a call. All right, you're going to go bankrupt on your phone bill. Yeah, I hate to disappoint you guys, but you should see the deal I got.
Yeah, and only 3 numbers.
You know all numbers.
Introducing a long-distance plan that makes sense. 25% off all calls, anytime, anywhere.
So why, you special or something like that? I'll tell you why. It's because I spend over $25 a month. That's
really?
Why. Yeah. All right. So can you call Hong Kong?
Yeah, I could call Hong Kong.
Now, did you call Hong Kong there, Cheesy? Did you talk to Laura? You did, didn't you? You called Laura in Hong Kong.
25% off all calls, anytime, anywhere, including overseas and calling card. Call 1-800-806-1166.
You know, where there's a spark, there's a flame.
Laugh like you will. Nice talking to you.
You get this deal.
Karcher pressure washers. Blast away dirt and grime fast. From your car, boat, patio furniture, bikes, your deck, barbecue, eaves troughs, and recreational vehicles. Just about anything. Karcher, the fast and easy way to handle any tough cleaning job.
Be part of the tradition. Make Calgary your point of destination. And attend the 1997 Canadian Men's Curling Championship, sponsored by Labatt Breweries. The Brier forges goodwill, where new friends become old ones, and festivities give you a lifetime of memorable moments. Ticket packages are available from Ticketmaster or by calling the 1997 Brier Society at 1-800-549-1997.
We're playing the seventh end in this 1996 Labatt Brier final. The championship trophy will go to the winner. Replicas of the championship trophy, along with championship rings, will go to the winners. Cherished mementos. 1996 Labatt Brier final. The championship trophy will go to the winner. Replicas of the championship trophy, along with championship rings, will go to the winners. Cherished mementos of their performance here at the Riverside Coliseum in Kamloops. The Labatt Brier tankard itself weighs about 150 pounds, first presented in 1980 in Calgary, and is now valued at $150,000.
And a beautiful trophy. Absolutely.
Mine's good.
Well, Alberta
good,
front
guys.
end.
Come on.
Don had to brush that one hard to get it by the guard. They were concerned about pulling it on the guard. That way Manitoba would have stole too, so they had to get it by the guard. Fortunately, swept it a little bit too much, slipped to the back of the 8-foot.
Good. Hey, Steve.
That
Good.
big steal for Manitoba. Now I think you'll see Kevin Martin pull out all stops. And he's indicated right away he's not playing the corner guard. He's going to play a center guard, and that tells me that somewhere through this end he's going to play a couple of run-throughs straight back and try to get something started that way.
The difference in the game, the points that Manitoba was able to steal on the third and the fifth ends.
Halfway.
Or the sixth ends, pardon me.
Okay. That's good.
Well, you sure die if you get off it, eh?
Shot.
From comments the curlers are making, is there a suggestion that maybe the frost is beginning to build up?
There's a little bit of frost on it, but I think it's running fairly true like it has all week. You know, it's fairly warm here in Kamloops, and the arena is full, so you're going to get a certain amount of humidity.
Doesn't appear to have changed the time of the ice much. The
Good
speed
line,
seems
wait
to
on
be
it.
pretty close to the same, but sometimes when you're sitting in the hack getting ready to throw and you see the frost line, you tend to throw it a little heavier.
Line's good, guys. Line's good. Line's nice. Yep. Come on. Shot, Steve.
Manitoba lies 2 after the shot by Manitoba leads Steve Gould.
Now that one was well by the guard. And you can see if Alberta hits it on the nose, they're going to make a double. But the key for Alberta now is that they must save their rocks. They must put their rocks in position instead of playing big takeout weight.
Wow.
They're going to have to save their rocks.
Got nothing.
Here Kevin
Too heavy,
saying he's got nothing. Well, you certainly don't want that. And that may have fooled Don Bartlett because he had back ring weight. And I sense a little bit of feeling that Alberta team is getting a little frustrated here. You know, they had a couple of chances and didn't capitalize on it. Now Manitoba is putting lots of pressure.
Lots.
So this game is really the reverse of what took place in the playoff encounter 1 and 2, a quarterfinal game, where Manitoba was under constant pressure in the early stages of the game.
Well, you don't want this rock in, I'll tell you that. That's not a very good rock, I'll tell you that. Anywhere past that yellow guard is perfect. And Gary Vandenberg knows it.
Displayed a little emotion by slapping his brush on the divider.
Well, like Colleen said, you know, maybe he looks down from the hack and sees a little bit of frost there and says, well, I'll just give it a little bit more because it maybe grab up a bit. But a good shot here gets Alberta right out of the glue here.
Hard. Oh. Not shot.
He gets one Manitoba stone and moves the other into the open on the other side of the 4-foot.
Well, the nice thing, he made the double, pushed the Manitoba rock into the open. And that's the danger rock. Jeff Stoughton feels could be a problem for him later on in the end, so he's going to try and remove it.
No, whoa, 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 whoa. Clean. No, whoa. Not at all.
Oh, boy.
It has to curl.
Yep.
Whoa.
Now, that is a huge, huge break. That was an ugly curling shot turned pretty. Look at, he misses the one that he's shooting at, just touches it, spins the shooter out, leaves the rock behind the guard, and takes out the opposing team's rock.
I think everybody knows it takes breaks to win any kind of Canadian championship. I'm sure you would remember when you won your
Absolutely.
3 Briers that
Yep.
along the way you got a couple of breaks, and
Yeah,
that's a big one.
I agree with you, Colleen, wholeheartedly.
Kevin Martin must be beginning to think that the curling gods are conspiring against him.
Well, that's part of the frustrating thing for Kevin is that they're not making any shots or making half shots and putting no pressure on Manitoba. Then when they got a little bit of a break, this thing happens. Vandenberg misses the guard, goes on, chips his own out on the Alberta rock. Look at here.
Sean Broda rubs the stone out front, putting more cover on those 2 red rocks in the rings.
It's almost like your turn, Alphonse, here. We've seen 3 missed rocks in a row.
Yeah, we got to make a shot.
Martin was victimized by his rock picking up something in the playoff game 1 versus 2. And that enabled Manitoba to score 3.
Pocket to draw into. A little heavy, you couldn't miss.
But then Martin was the recipient of a lucky break yesterday in the semifinal when Quebec's second stone rock picked up a hair.
No. Got to get by the guard first. Leave it. Just leave it in the hole, guys. Leave it in the hole.
That's right. Leave it in the hole is right. Once again, a little bit too deep, and that rock is out in front of the rings. He's got everything covered. The in-turn, the hole, the out-turn side, everything, but it came in a little too tight. They have to play it. They cannot afford to leave that rock.
Huh? Just on the nose?
Huh?
On the nose?
This thing?
Yeah.
If you can get to the nose, you could even do this.
Okay. Just,
I like boards. Boards.
The key for Don Walchuk here is they're trying to move that rock, both those rocks, off that center line. And that's very critical here. If it hits what he can see, he'll make the double. He'd roll his shooter over behind the corner guard. Manitoba will end up still lying 2 in all probability. But he'll open it up a bit. And that's very, very critical here.
Clean. Pop.
Up.
Oh.
Well, he's well through the hole.
He removes 1 Manitoba stone, but the shooter also rolls out.
All right.
Manitoba's
Not
left
bad.
lying 2.
Well, the big thing that you see, he's opened up that opening between to get to the rock in the 4-foot. The tough part here is to place the guard in the correct position. I mean, is slowing down and curl too much?
You might put it here. That's no good.
Oh, that's right.
Unless you're high.
You have to put it in the hole.
You know, you just got by and you ended up here. Up here's fine.
That's where he wants it. So if he doesn't cover that hole, it allows Alberta the opportunity to hit that rock in the 4-foot and roll in behind cover.
There are probably a lot of the other Brier competitors saying, why didn't these two guys curl like this when we were playing them in the round robin?
That's exactly right.
Oh. Yep. Yep. Line's good, guys.
Line's good.
Come on.
Hurry.
Guys, hard.
Wait up, okay, wait up.
Right up, right up, right up.
Over.
Right up. Bars will go. We're going. Bars will go.
Sail straight that rock, Rand.
Bars will go. Come on, guys.
That's a beautiful curling shot. I mean, it looks fairly simple, but that is a great curling shot. Because he can't go in too deep. He can't turn it inside. He can't be wide because he'll rub one of those two guards. And he placed it perfect in the hole.
Just the first one, I mean.
Now for the big run back. I think you're going to see Walchuk play an in-turn raise. And that rock is just to the left of center line.
Alberta trailing by a pair, holding last rock on end 7.
Hurry.
Off the weight.
Hard. Oh. Yep. Hard. 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 Hard.
Look at this shot.
Oh, great shot.
He nudges the shot stone back. Alberta lies 1.
Well, is that a good curling shot or what? That is an unbelievable curling shot.
Nice shot. Screwed up the line a little on you there, but
you'll see here that he hits it correct
didn't
angle.
finish it.
Just the rock curling made it hit half a rock and roll into the open.
Better than it was.
If it doesn't take that turn or that curl when he makes contact with it, he hits it right on the nose and it's fully buried. What a beautiful curling shot. That wins you Brier's Canadian Curling Championships, let me tell you. Now for Stoughton, of course, he's going to play the in-turn on his own red one.
Watch the shooter, eh, Steve? Well, I guess it depends on how it's looking.
That's the view that Jeff Stoughton has as he looks down the sheet.
I hear Jeff say to Steve Gould, watch the shooter now, Steve. Yep. And the reason for that, Steve's on the left-hand side of the ice going down, so he's going to take control of Jeff Studer if it rolls. He wants to roll it out of the way to leave Martin no double.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Roll it.
Now look at this shot.
Oh, beautiful.
Jeff Stoughton responds to the great shot by Walchuk to lie 1.
Oh, that's gorgeous. It is just an absolute treat sitting up here watching these guys make shots.
I don't think you would have said that over the first 5 rocks at the end that were played, though.
Little shabby the first few ends, but let me tell you, now they're
play that again.
Line and money.
You might have something with your last one.
Yeah. It's not too bad a double, you know.
Huh?
It's not too bad a double.
Whatever you want to throw.
Board weight right there.
Okay.
Well, I think you have to take a look at this, maybe driving this one. Because if you can hit it over here, you'll get that one. If you hit it this way, you may hit it in the crotch and make the double. But this double that he's trying over here is really, really difficult. If he doesn't make it, he's toast.
5-3, Alberta trails. Kevin Martin's first shot
close
of this
right
7th end.
Wow. Oh. Jeez, Kevin.
It isn't going to bend enough at all.
Sorry, guys. Hey? Man, oh man. Just threw that back at you.
Yeah,
man.
It's all right.
Brutal.
It's all right.
Okay. I don't want to pump him back to here or something.
No.
Just need a little less weight.
That's enough? Is that the same or less? Is that the same ice?
I got a little less.
A little more.
Jeff Stoughton come down, and what he's trying to do is pull the rock right into this area here. He can even come off this red one or that yellow one belonging to Alberta. If he rubs off this one and gets a little bit of ricochet, he'll be lying too.
You guys just want to whack it. Yeah, but if we hit it, you can only get 2.
I think you go for the throat here.
Well, no, he could hit his yellow one straight onto our red. See if I can... Yes. Top 4.
This is a good call.
Yeah, top 4 is good.
Even if he just touches the high guard on the left of center there, or the right of center as we saw it there, it's not a problem.
Yep. Over line. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
He's got a lot of weight.
You bump him through? Oh. Okay.
We don't want to do that.
Well, the bad thing about that shot is now Kevin Martin's got a straight drive back for 3. He pumped the Alberta rock in for a 3rd shot, and you certainly didn't want to do that.
Jeez, nice weight, eh?
Yeah. I think they got fooled by the ice. Now, I'm looking at that outturn because it runs so straight. Not only that, if you hit it just a little bit off angle, you're going to get 3, but if you hit it on the nose, it's going to go into the crotch of those 2, and he's still going to end up with 2.
Well, this is a long raise that Martin will be attempting back onto the red stone, but if he makes it, he's got 3 and the lead.
Well, you know, to win Canadian curling championships, you have to make shots like this. When the opportunity presents itself, you have to make them. You don't make them, you don't win. And boy, everybody's holding their breath on this one.
So here it is, the final stone of the 7th for Kevin Martin.
Hard!
He's got a chance to get 3.
Hard!
You know he's close. Look at this.
Straight back, he's got it!
Oh, boy, what a great shot. Unbelievable. Fantastic. Look at this. Couldn't have played it any better. Just an unbelievable long angle raise, and you knew when they yelled he had it.
Go. Oh, man.
So Alberta, with that great shot by Martin, has the lead.
Aha! Oh, hi. I'm using this ordinary telescope to take a look at auto repairs. My hunch is we're going to see something kind of interesting here, and look, there it is right now. At some places, you're not allowed to see what's going on with your car. However, at Midas, things are completely different. Look at this. They take you under the car. They let you see just what needs fixing and what can wait. You're in the loop, I tell you. Midas, the way it should be.
We make maple leaf wieners for Courtney, who will only eat Mr. Broccoli if he hasn't touched Mr. Gravy. We make maple leaf wieners for Tim, who says peas explode in his mouth. And for Caitlin, whose scrambled eggs must be shaped like little boats. Maple leaf wieners have a taste made especially for kids. For Kenny, who won't eat anything with sauce, and Jason, who won't eat anything without sauce, there will always be maple leaf.
Welcome to a world of fast relief from the pain of acid indigestion and heartburn. Extreme cold. It can change the state of your motor oil, causing it to flow too slowly, keeping it from reaching vital engine parts in time. Fortunately, there's Quaker State motor oil, proven to exceed the highest standards car makers have established for engine protection. Quaker State. What's the state of your motor oil when you're out in the cold? Quaker State exceeds the highest standards for engine protection.
And it's time to meet the All-Stars at this year's Labatt Brier, as selected by the Canadian curling reporters. At lead position, we have from British Columbia, Bert Hinch. He was steady throughout the week, throwing a remarkable 86%. At second stone, from Saskatchewan, we have Dwayne Mihalik. He played 83% for the week, and he was steady as a rock, too. Rounding out the back end at third position, Don Walchuk from Alberta, an amazing 86%. And at skip, also throwing a nice 86%, we have Kevin Martin from Alberta, steady as a rock, and certainly he showed with his last rock in the last end why he's the all-star skip, as he made the beautiful raise for a 3 to give Alberta the momentum in this game, 7-6, leading Alberta playing the Manitoba playing the 8th end.
Well, under the scoring system, you'd give Kevin Martin a lot more than 4 points for that shot.
That's right. 6-5, playing the 8th, and it could well have been 6-3 for Manitoba. Great angle raised by Kevin Martin.
Yeah.
Well, it certainly shifts the momentum, too, because you could just tell by watching Alberta in the last end that they were feeling kind of down and out. But that shot changes all of that.
Well, you know, when you have a team, so they call, by the throat, you don't like to let them off the hook. And Jeff Stoughton, I think, got a little bit fooled with the ice out there. The rock hung on him. And bad enough that he hit the rock, but to raise him in for third shot and give that extra point to Alberta. Granted, Kevin Martin made a great angle raise, but if Jeff gets a second one in there, it could be all over. He could be 4 up from playing the 8th.
Okay, Steve.
Well, initially on that end, it looked as though Martin had an opportunity to take control, and then Vandenberg missed the shot he was playing, got a break. And suddenly Martin found himself in difficulty. It looked as though Stoughton then had the end in control, and it winds up with Alberta getting 3.
They really scrambled Alberta that whole end.
Funny, right from the opening end last end, when Don Bartlett put that rock out front, Don, you said you saw a run back coming through at some point.
Yep.
And you were right again.
Well, he can make them, too. You know, he made them all week here, those run backs.
I think you're right, though. Stoughton got fooled by the ice a little bit on his draw. He said to Tresser, is that the same ice as last time? And they widened the ice just before he went down to throw. And he goes about 2 inches too much.
Okay, Steve, good.
Good shot by Stevie Gould. He promoted the Alberta rocks so that the 2 rocks are together in the 4-foot. Now, Martin's got a tough decision to make. Does he run that front one, or does he play a guard?
Might as well.
Yeah. Or does he run the corner guard? And he's elected to run the corner guard.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't give any.
Why?
Well, because that's the danger rock, and Jeff is going to try and bury some rocks in behind that corner guard, and that is a danger rock for him for this whole end, so that's why he's playing it.
Nah, it's not going anywhere.
That is another corner guard, albeit the best you can do is draw to the edge of the 12-foot.
No, we just leave it here. I like banging it back.
Gary Vandenberg just playing a tap back on the one that Gould just threw there.
No. No.
The split here isn't even bad, because the reason the split isn't bad, because the 2 Alberta rocks are close together and an easy chance for a double rate later on the end. That's a pretty good shot.
2 Manitoba stones are in the rings.
Normal weight.
This whole end, Alberta will hammer them all. whether they're out in front or in the rings. And Jeff Stoughton will just try to manipulate the rocks around. He's not concerned that Alberta's lying 2 in the forfeit, because that's an easy double kill for any of his players, even himself.
Clean.
Watch the sticky out here.
Hurry.
Why would Alberta go after the stone in the 12-foot rather than the stone in the 8-foot?
Well, I think he feels that by hitting that one in the 8-foot, he may bunch them too much together, or they could hit the top one in the 4-foot and roll over and freeze to that one.
A little less weight.
See, what Jeff is trying to do is push these rocks behind the tee line. He's just trying to score 2, and that's all he's playing for right now, to take control back away from Alberta. So he's going to move the rocks behind the tee line.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, Steve, whoa. Nope. Good.
Martin calling for a hit and roll off the stone in the 8-foot circle.
Well, he even wouldn't be upset if he hits this one and moves some of the rocks around in that 4-foot area. I mean, look, there's a whole wall there, full width of the 8 and the 4-foot.
Straight up on the 8. Yeah.
Kind of weight.
Just down normal's good.
Down normal. Not your big high hard one. The ball cut just down normal.
Oh. Clean.
Yep.
Hurry.
Hard.
Oh.
Look at that. See the action on those?
The shooter, with the spin, moves up and almost came out the front of the house.
Yeah, it was close to nose, though.
Yeah, that was, just went. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, came off the frost a bit. Not
Thought it
bad
grabbed.
position, though, the rocks you're in right now.
Well, I'd just like to move that rock just a little bit off the button, kind of roll in front of the other ones. What you're trying to do is maybe move the one in the 4-foot belonging to Alberta behind yours, and then move your shooter over. Jeff Stoughton is going to the ones behind.
Mine's good. Hit. Good. Hurry.
Mine's real good. Wait only.
Oh. Yep. Hurry, guys, hurry. Come on, hard. Come on, right up. Good. Oh.
Shot stone still belongs to Alberta.
There's lots in front, too. It's up to you guys if you want it. Good, eh?
Huh?
Hit and flop?
This one here, eh?
Yeah. Huh? Is that what you want to play?
Yeah. Down normal's good.
Well, for Alberta in this end, they want to make sure they move some of those rocks off the button. I mean, you can see Manitoba wants to get into that area and kind of freeze them, corner freeze them. And Walchuk, if he just touches that one, could give that motion again that he had with his first one and clip them all out of there.
Oh, hurry. Oh, yep. Whoa.
Well, the last time his shooter sprung forward. This time he comes across and he nudges. One out, taps the other one. Alberta lies 2.
That's a good shot by Walchuk. Because now he's got a rock in position in front of the Manitoba rock, and that's very, very important. You can't freeze to that one.
Let's play bump.
That's the rock he wants to move out of the way. So all Jeff is trying to do this and is get a fence behind that tee line, so in his last 2 rocks he can freeze and Martin can't get him out of there.
Hurry! Right up! Come on, right up. Hard, 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 hard. Hard. Hard, hard, hard. Okay.
Shot stone right on the button. The yellow rock of Alberta. Manitoba, second shot, sitting in the 4th.
Well, do you guard or do you blast? You're only 1 up. Do you try to take control by playing the guard? You have 1 ring absolutely on the button.
For now.
Yeah, I might jam, though.
Yeah, well, what else?
Yeah, right now he's kind of got us either way, doesn't he? Yeah. Yeah, we got to peel it out, you're right.
Well,
there's not much else we can do.
You might want to play that rock there and protect the one that you have in the button, but I don't think that's the case, because if you guard it, Jeff Stoughton come and hit this turn and drive it back onto the one on the button. And that's why Kevin is blasting this end. Dangerous. He doesn't want to disturb that rock on the button, because if he does, there's a wall behind there that Jeff can freeze to.
Oh, right up!
He just wants to chip it out, and he succeeds. Takes both red rocks out of the rings. Alberta lies 4.
I didn't want to jam it. Huh? I didn't want to jam it.
That's another great Kearney shot. You see, he just catches it enough, makes a double, spins the other Manitoba rock out of the back of the house and lying 4. But the nice thing, he never touched that rock on the button. And Jeff has to move it.
Okay.
He has to push it back about 1.5 feet.
Well, Kevin Martin made a huge shot on the 7th end. Now here on the 8th, the pressure is on Jeff Stoughton.
Well, Jeff is going to try and move that rock, this rock here, right back to that area and kind of building a little bit of a fence back there, hoping that maybe Martin will jam it onto one of those 3 rocks. But he has to move it. He can't afford to sit in front of it.
No,
he sits in front of it.
Last, Ken.
Martin may play the guard. I said may.
Last.
The way Kevin is picking him out of there and angle raising him, he's starting to get on a roll.
Yep. Hard for line. Line's good. Hard for weight. Come on, guys, hurry.
Good.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Stay close, stay close.
Line's good.
Yep.
Wait there, wait there.
Whoa. Yep.
Wait there.
Whoa, whoa.
Just wanted to tap it back ever so gently.
Higher, right?
Very anxious moments for the wives of the curlers on this sheet of ice here at the Riverside Coliseum. Susan and now Shauna. Susan Stoughton and Shauna Martin. Shauna Martin had reason to smile after the big triple by Alberta on the last end.
Nice part for Kevin Martin. This rock is in the exact same spot as the last one he peeled out of there.
Here. Hard.
Got to hit it on the high
Real
side.
hard. Right up. Right up.
And he removed it. He wasn't too concerned about what happened to his own rocks in there as long as he got the red one out.
That's a good shot. He moved a lot of rocks around.
That's more like my out turn, eh?
I guess so.
Turn that sucker on you.
He's talking about turning them.
Well, earlier in the match, you heard Kevin bemoaning the fact that he wasn't making any shots.
Well, you know, it's amazing how one big shot can really lift your spirits and get you back in the game, because there was no question before the 7th end they were really down. Now for Jeff Stoughton, you're 1 down, you're playing the even ends, the opposing team is laying 4. This is not an easy draw. Gould and Vandenberg will have to get on it right away and judge how fast it's going.
Come on, come on, come on. Touch 4,
Touch
guys.
4.
Don't lose it. It'll dig at the end. It'll dig at the end. Come on, come on.
You're just saying it'll dig at the end.
Come on.
Ah, look at this. This is pressure cooking. That's why he throws last rock. What a great effort. Look at that. Right on the lid.
He covers the pinhole with the final stone of and 8. And we're all even. Manitoba 6, Alberta 6.
Natural ability can only take you so far. Equipment counts for a lot. I'm always checking out new ideas. You have to stay competitive. That's what I like about Pert Plus. Cleans and conditions in one step. No messing with 2 bottles. I get great results. No hassle, no fuss. Eventually, we all cross the finish. The winners just find a better way to get there.
Pert Plus, great hair, no fuss. My dream house would be a big house with stairs that go like this and with a big chandelier. There would be a humongous horse. I'd have the main floor, and it would have a room for my pets. Rusty. His name is Rusty.
To see how you can be home free faster, get expert help, the right plan, and guaranteed competitive rates, see your CIBC personal banker or call now.
1,000 times bigger than this.
At CIBC, we're working to see what you see.
The Canadian Curling Association appreciates, understands, and wishes to acknowledge the importance of local sponsorship to curling teams across Canada throughout the curling season. In an effort to recognize local corporate support of teams which have achieved the privilege of representing their province or territory at a Canadian Curling Championship, we are pleased to provide some deserving profile to their respective corporate supporter.
When they saw the first fiberglass skis or the first graphite tennis racket, some people laughed.
They'll never laugh.
And when some people first saw the hammer, they had the same reaction.
Get serious. Where's the straw?
Then, 2-time Canadian and world champions Ed Wernick and Russ Howard chose the hammer.
The quick-change faceplates provide greater control under all types of ice conditions.
The hammer is the most effective sweeping device I've ever used.
Now who's laughing? For more information, call 1-800-567-7757.
In a clinic like this, I can't stop for a headache. The doctor here told me about Advil. It's tough on pain, and it really works fast. In fact, 1 Advil is as effective as 2 regular-strength Tylenol. And for cold and sinus congestion, there's Advil Cold and Sinus. It's tough on colds, like Advil is on pain. And now it's available without a prescription.
Advil and Advil Cold and Sinus. Tough on pain, tough on cold congestion.
Welcome back to the Labatt Brier. We're all even at 6 apiece, playing the 9th end between Alberta and Manitoba. And we are way up high in the luxury boxes overlooking Sheet C. Great view here with the Calgary Organizing Committee for next year's Brier. And this is Jerry Rasmussen, the organizing chairman. How are things going? How are you going to top this one from Kamloops?
I know it's going to be real tough, but things are going quite well for us. Ticket sales out here were excellent, so we're hoping that we can put a few people into the Saddle Dome. And with Calgary's hospitality, we might be able to come close to Kamloops.
Okay, and Kamloops is teaching you well, are they, as we return to some of the curling action down there on the sheet? But they're treating you well and teaching you a lot for next year's Brier?
Oh, yeah, they've been an excellent host, and we've learned a lot of things from them. And we're quite confident that we've learned enough that we can come close to doing what they did.
Okay, well, we'll be enjoying it next year in Calgary. Thank you very much at the Olympic Saddle Dome.
Yep, Canadian Airlines Saddle Dome.
All right.
Yeah.
Tied at 6. Always got to get a plug in there. 6-all playing the 9th end.
Yes, the Brier in 97 at the Canadian Airlines Saddle Dome, March 8th to the 16th. And they have already sold close to 6,000 tickets, and that's the capacity here at the Riverside Coliseum in Kamloops. So perhaps next year, the record attendance for a Brier that was established in Saskatoon might just be broken in Calgary.
Shot, Steve. Shot, Steve.
Well, now you're tied up. You have the advantage of last rock. You go around the center guard, or you play it to the open side, hoping that the other team makes a play on it and rolls out, and then you run off the center guard and blank this hand and maintain the advantage of last rock coming home. But Not Kevin Martin. He's going to go right after him. He's going around the center guard. And that rock a little bit on the high
Line's
side.
good.
Not bad, though,
Lots of
for
weight.
Manitoba.
Okay.
But the key for Alberta is they must bury the shot. They cannot
Line's nice.
afford to leave it open.
Lots.
Next year's Brier in Calgary, by the way, will be the 4th time that the Brier has been held in that city. It was first there in 1948, again in 1961, and it played host to the first ever Labatt tankard in 1980 at the Calgary Corral.
Come on, right up, right up. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Good rushing, guys. Shot, Steve.
That is a good shot. Boy, it's in front of it. Cuts off the 4-foot. For Alberta, a well-placed curling stone.
What do you guys think? Feel the guard?
Some of the spectators say, yeah.
Yeah, we got 6,000 skips in this building today. And there's a little bit of a defensive play here. As a matter of fact, a big defensive play. Oh my goodness, he's throwing a heater here. There is no reason to throw it that hard.
And look what happens.
That is ugly. There have been worse shots in curling, but that's the worst. I mean, you have to make sure. And what he did, he just threw an absolute hummer down. You play your normal peel weight and take it off. You see, now what he's done, he's pushed the Manitoba rocker dead in behind cover.
Lots of room. Right off. Up. Way out there.
Starting to walk now.
Right off.
Not much of a hammer.
Again, Vandenberg.
Yep.
Is a little too strong.
It's there.
And comes right into the 8-foot.
Well, it lets Alberta off the hook again. Vandenberg's halfway between the house and the center guard and half in behind the guard. Manitoba's in good shape. But
oh. Clean.
Broda can get both those red Manitoba stones with this delivery.
I got it.
And he's got them.
That's a good shot by Sean Broda. Not only did he make a great double, but where his shooter rolled, I don't think Manitoba can afford to leave that rock there. Now, if they hit and roll out, Alberta runs the center guard off. They're out of the end.
You guys like this?
Want to come around, Jeff?
I like this.
Well, I think if you're coming around, you're almost, you don't make all the shots you're conceding to Alberta. So I think this is a pretty good shot.
Well.
Gary's first shot was so unfortunate for them because as it was, they were looking at steal or at least forcing Kevin to take a single point.
That's a good shot. A little bit thinner, he rolls right in behind the center guard, but that is a good shot because it's...
They're really having to bang their brooms to get the snow off it after they finish sweeping through the frost. Their horsehairs are covered with snow.
Particularly when they're sweeping on the outside of the sheet.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Never.
Broda wants to hang around with this one.
Oh, it's got to curl something. It's too heavy.
Well, he's not going to.
A lot of missed opportunities in this end so far. First Alberta had a shot at it, and then Manitoba, and now Manitoba back again. A lot of half shots.
Said to Walchuk, we're getting a little sloppy here.
Absolutely. I mean, there's such a thing as kick them when they're down, you know. You have to go after them. You can't afford to make mistakes. Bartlett made a huge mistake. And I'm sure you hear about that from Kevin somewhere during the summertime when they're golfing. Remember that heater?
Might even hear about it tonight.
No, I don't think so.
Got room.
Roll for line.
Yep. Oh, we got room. Got room. Line's good. Real good
around.
line. Clean, clean, hard! Hard! Come on!
They got it past the guard. How deep will they take it?
Oh, what a beautiful curling shot.
Right to the top of the fourth.
And directly in behind the guard with the other turn, the out turn. That is a tough turn to draw.
Now, on the assumption that this stone is peeled successfully, does Manitoba desperately try to guard that rock?
Yes, I would think so. Make Walchuk waste another, his last rock running off a guard.
Hurt. Good.
This is the ninth end of the Labatt-Brier final. 6-6. Manitoba and Alberta are all even. The winner will go on to represent Canada at the Ford World's Championship, getting underway on March the 23rd at the Coliseum in Hamilton.
And as the ice gets frostier and a little bit swingier towards the center, playing a guard is very difficult. The nice thing for Ken Tresser is that he just played a draw to the top of the forefoot, so he knows the weight, and it's just a question of line.
Still out there.
You hear Jeff yelling, it's still out there.
That's good. Whoa, if you can. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Line good enough?
Yep. Come on. Come on, hard. Hard. Hard.
Look at that.
He does a good job of covering it up.
Oh, that is a beautiful curling shot, let me tell you. To stop it right on the center line, completely covering the one in the forefoot. It's absolutely a great curling shot.
Well, I don't know. You got a little bit of angle there.
And I don't think Don Walchuk will be short on this one.
Hurry.
Lots of weight.
Oh.
Oh, he drove it just past the shot stone.
Right. How much did I miss that by? Thought you had it.
Yes, he thought he had it. It was very, very close.
I want to make sure of the peel, though. I didn't want to.
You'll see how close he came to making the double. It just went across the face of it. Almost clipped it. Even if he had touched it, move it off the forefoot would have been a great shot.
But the primary objective for Walchuk
Yes.
on the shot was the peel.
The only trouble if he had clipped it, the guard, the rock he threw, and the one in the forefoot would have moved over to the side together.
Manitoba attempting to steal here on end number 9.
Line's good. Got to curl a bit. No, line's good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Watch out, Jeff.
Jeff Stoughton covers up the shot stone again. They have played those guards perfectly.
Oh, beautiful curling. They can really finesse the rock. I mean, that's a very difficult shot.
Well, we saw Martin make a great raise for 3 on the 7th end. Might he be able to drive this one back onto the shot stone?
Well, he made it with the in-turn on the 7th end. Now he's playing the out-turn. And the reason he's playing the out-turn is obvious because Walchuk threw 2 out-turns down there.
Good.
He's just going to remove the guard.
Now, do you stick up another guard, Colleen, or do you draw in for 2 and say, okay, we'll be, if he hits it right on the nose, we'll be 1 down coming home with last rock, or do you play the guard?
It's a really tough call here because you don't want to score 1 if you're Manitoba, steal 1 and be 1 up coming home without the hammer. That's the kind of
going in, eh? Go here.
Well, the 2 previous games between these 2 provinces
perfect guard's great,
came
but
down to last rock
make the perfect
decisions
guard,
on the
still gonna
10th.
run it back. So you could still blank even if I put the guard up. You know, if I put the perfect guard, he's playing the blank. He's not going to take one because then he's only 1 down coming home.
Anyway, if he misses it, maybe we should go in the house. Go here. Let's just go in the house, force him to 1.
Go for 2 and 10?
Well, timeout's good. See what the guys think.
Now this is going to be a team decision. And this is a good move. Do you want to be 1 up coming home without last rock, or do you want to be 1 down coming home or tied up
which is
without
what
last
he
rock?
will do. He will try to make the run back. It's a blank, and now we've got no control. So if we throw it in...
Put another one in the house and make him hit
Yeah,
stick
we
for
need
his
someone
own.
to score 1.
Yeah, someone has to score 1 here. It's either us or them. We can't blank it.
I don't mind that as long as we're in it. There's no double. Like,
Yeah. Well, someone has to...
Sander. I don't think he's going to go after the doubles like it is he?
No, probably not.
We'll talk 12 people. Of course you will.
He would try it. I don't mind going top 12 just over here.
Top 12 on this side. Obviously, I'll play that.
Yeah, we'll just go there. I think that's good. I think we got to go in. If we throw the perfect guard, he has a chance to blank.
I like that.
Well, they've decided rather than try and consolidate the one they have in the house, they're going to put another one in.
You don't think he'll still try for a blank if you...
Oh,
I think if you're going to go in, you go around the corner guard. I mean, I wouldn't put it top 12 foot in front of that one because the Martin will just simply run him. Even if he's off to the right-hand side of the center, I think he'll still run them. So I think you have to pull it in top 12 foot around the corner guard and say, okay, Martin, you hit it on the nose, take 1.
Now we just have to make sure we hit the house.
Good call, Jeff.
Well, it certainly would be disastrous if he didn't hit the house.
Well, Stoughton would like to steal here, but he's going to try and force Martin to take 1 so that he has last rock in the 10th.
Good, 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 good. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yep.
That's a good shot. There's no question it's going to force Kevin Martin to take 1.
I like the call. I like allowing Alberta to score 1 here so that you can get your deuce in 10.
That's right. Hit it. And no matter where Alberta puts it, Manitoba's going to throw up in a corner guard in the last end. Or if Martin puts it out in front and says, okay, I'm going to try and steal, Jeff will go around it.
Hard.
Yeah.
Hard.
Hard.
Oh, real hard.
Real hard.
Real hard. Clean.
Clean.
Clean. Hard to say what the best idea is on that. Huh? I don't know.
Well, Kevin Martin makes the nose hit with his final stone of the 9th, and he heads for home, leading by 1 in this 96th Labatt Brier final.
Let me give you Frank's #1 rule. Never argue with a guy holding a meat cleaver. You don't have to believe me, but I say no other brand of sandwich meat tastes as good as Maple Leaf flakes of ham. I say Maple Leaf trim their meat as carefully as I do. 100% cured ham. I say you can trust the taste of Maple Leaf. I say Maple Leaf is a cut above. You can argue with me, but I don't think you should.
According to Frank, Maple Leaf is a cut above. Maybe you think only those fast lane types need a Nokia cellular phone.
Well, Bob, I'm running late.
Well, now Nokia's making cellular phones so easy.
So, cover for me during finger paints?
They're practically child's play.
Right, it's Science Day.
With Nokia's big screens, easy-to-find names and numbers, and sleek designs.
Coach, could you handle Sandbox for me? I'm like in a 4-lane parking lot. We're talking rest period before I get there. Oh, I forgot my show and tell.
So now we can all be in the fast lane. Nokia, Europe's leading cellular phone, also made in America, connecting people.
There are cuts being made to our country's healthcare system. And the fact is, you're going to have to take better care of yourself. HealthWatch is one way to do it. HealthWatch is the number of services we're offering that can help you look after yourself and your family at no extra cost. You'll hear more about it over the next few months. And when you do, listen to what's being said, because it's important and it can help.
I'll have the chili. Chili? You should know better. And I'll have the fries.
Fries? You should know better.
And now I'll have Tums Ultra.
New Tums Ultra is our highest strength ever. It goes to work in seconds, neutralizing stomach acid to relieve heartburn and indigestion fast. And unlike many antacids, Tums Ultra has calcium.
Something your body uses anyway. You'll like that.
I'll have the chili. I know. I should know.
Hey, gang, it's a race to Tim Hortons. And the last team there buys the soup. Go!
At Tim Hortons, we're very proud to be the official sponsor of Canada's 3 national cycling teams. Of course, we're just as proud to be able to serve them and you a nourishing bowl of soup with a tea biscuit for only $2.29. And you could win a trip to join our cycling teams in Atlanta.
They're doing fine today, guys. Same as always.
Man, we gotta stop going in circles.
Welcome back to Kamloops, Alberta, leading Manitoba 7-6 as we get ready to start the 10th end. And, of course, the winner of this game moves on to the Ford World Curling Championships. We'll have the men's final for you from Hamilton on March 31st and also on March the 3rd. Welcome back to Kamloops, Alberta, leading Manitoba 7-6 as we get ready to start the 10th end. And, of course, the winner of this game moves on to the Ford World Curling Championships. We'll have the men's final for you from Hamilton on March 31st and also on March the 30th. The women's final, Marilyn Bodo will be there representing Team Canada. But who will be there joining her in the men's side? Well, it'll be decided probably this end, maybe an extra as we go upstairs to Don and Don.
But before they even think about the Worlds, they are focused on the Labatt Brier tankard. And replicas of that large trophy will go to each member of the winning team. How do you approach the 10th end if you're Kevin Martin?
Well, his first call will dictate how he wants to play the end. If he plays it in the rings, he's going to try and play for an extra end. If he puts it out in front, he's going to try and steal the end. And I think Darn Bartlett and where Kevin is holding the brush, it's that they're going to go in. They're going to let Jeff throw up the corner guard.
Yep.
And see what happens from there.
I think there's no question that's what they'll do, try to go top 4 foot. Then the big question after Manitoba throws up a corner guard is where does Kevin put his next one?
Yep.
Well, if it's in the 4 foot, he'll play it tight to the rings.
Yeah.
That's the bet. Jeff will have to throw up a corner guard on the side of the sheet that does a little bit more curling, that he can bury a rock around. He's gone what we refer to as the intern side, where there's pretty good movement.
Halfway's good. Yep, come on.
Mine's good.
Well, this game has been everything we anticipated it would be based on what took place in the round robin, a 7-6 final stone victory for Manitoba, and in the playoff, the quarterfinal game, a 6-5 final stone victory for Manitoba.
That's how evenly matched these teams are. And you just saw Kevin Martin tap the rings about 1.5 feet in front of the rings. He wants no long guards. He wants this rock tight.
Line's good.
Any long guards gives Manitoba an opportunity to draw around them, miss the guard by 1.5 feet, and still remain buried.
Where's it at?
That's why he wants a tight guard.
Top 12? Well, then make it sure it's fully in if it's in. Yeah, bring it right in. Bring it right in. All right. By bump.
Jeff Stoughton now looking to just maneuver those yellow stones in the rings.
Well, he's trying to clear the 4 foot area, and he's trying to negotiate his rocks to the corner behind the corner guard.
Hurry! Mark back! Whoa! Okay. That's good.
They were trying for the roll behind the corner, but it just came up for them a little bit too much.
Well, a good shot by Gould, though, because now there's a corner guard. There's a run in front of the...
Peel the corner's not bad now. Yeah.
Absolutely. You got to get rid of that one.
Although that tight guard is so dangerous, too, because that is so splittable for your hair as well.
Kevin's in a very difficult situation here with this free guard zone. I mean, do not like not having last rock playing the last end. So many things can happen.
Hurry.
You can make a half a shot instead of a full shot, and the other team can end up getting 2.
Good.
Sean Broda removes the corner guard, rolls his shooter out of play as well.
Now, do you promote this rock or do you throw up another corner guard? That's exactly what you do. Throw up another corner guard. And what you're trying here is to make the Alberta team waste a lot of rocks on running off corner guards. And hoping, of course, that you get a break and they hit one on the nose and then you duck right in around it. There's lots of time to raise that red one back into the 4-foot or corner
Tight.
freeze it to the
How tight?
The yellow one.
We go past this one?
No.
Good. Come on. Even then. Come on. Come on. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, Gert.
Didn't want that corner guard that deep.
No, for sure not. Because now it gives them a chance to run off the center guard. And even a chance to make the double.
Might the adrenaline be flowing just a little here?
Well, you know, this is the Canadian Championship. Your chance to go on to the World Championship, your chance to go on to the Olympic trials. And this is heavy duty. You can all be spoiled by a rock coming into the rings as opposed to out in front of them.
John Broda gets rid of both red stones.
Well, that was the danger. Gary Vandenberg coming in to the rings with his long corner guard that he was trying. Now I think Jeff has to resort maybe just to the tap-back game or the freeze game. He just needs a rock behind the tee line that he can freeze to and hope that Martin jams.
It's good. Line's good. Hit. Hurry. Hurry. Hard for line. Come on. Come on, guys. Hard. Hard. Whoa, 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 whoa. Good.
Oh, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. At least he gets in behind cover a little bit, but it's fairly simple for Alberta. They can just hit the rock right on the nose and spill them all out. And so far, if this shot is made, it looks like Alberta's kind of dodged a bullet here with no rocks in the house.
Well, positioning is everything. And as you say, Gary coming in too deep on that corner guard attempt.
Hurry. Oh, yep.
Walchuk removed the red rock cleanly.
Well, you have to start freezing now. You cannot afford to play any takeouts. Just tap it back, even corner freeze it.
And by the same token, he's got to leave himself a last shot.
Well, that's,
I think we got to move it, Ken.
That's the difficulty here, is that the 4-foot is very, very congested. And if you have last rock, how do you get in there if they're all in the 4-foot? That's why Jeff wants a little separation here between the rock that Ken Trester is throwing and the one top of the 4-foot.
Hit. Oh, where's the weight? Line. Hit. Hurry. Hard. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, if you can.
Not much moving.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
We've certainly seen this intern finish big at the end.
Good.
Nice shot.
The corner freeze by Ken Tresser.
Well, the nice part about that shot is that if Alberta hits it, but they're running back the front one onto it, which is a good call, is that if they leave any rock around there, it's going to be deeper or closer to the front of the house. It's easier to draw around. But Walchuk with his high hard one could spin them all out of here.
And that's, I'm sure, what Martin is looking for.
Any rock left in the house, Manitoba will go around and try to bury. They just need a rock anywhere. Top of the 12-foot, no matter where it is, Manitoba will go around it.
Hard.
Walchuk has an opportunity here to clean house. Most importantly, however, he gets the red stone of Manitoba out of there.
Now Manitoba's got to play a freeze. They can't afford to move that rock because they're picking them right out of there. They have to get a freeze flush to the face of that and hope that Alberta hits it a little bit off center and something hangs around.
Pretty much the exact same shot for Tresser.
That's the beauty of it.
See there.
Anywhere, he does not want to move
Line's
this rock.
good. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Line is more important.
Yep. Line's good.
Or as important as weight.
Come on, hard, hard, hard. Line's good, guys. Come on. Come on.
Can they get it up there?
Okay, good. That's good. Okay, Ken.
It's going to stop 2 feet short.
Okay, Ken.
You see that thing?
He thought it did.
Well, Garten can throw his rock exactly down that line, hit what he can see a corner of that rock and split it out of there.
Anxious moment for his wife, Shauna. You can feel the tension down on the playing surface on sheet C.
Well, the terrible part for Manitoba is that Alberta rock is in front of the forfeit. Where do you go? You can try and bury it around there, but Martin will simply run it back, so really you got nowhere to hide.
Whoa! Whoa! Clean. It's good.
Kevin Martin cleanly picks out the red Manitoba rock. Beginning to look as though this one could go to an extra end. The last time there was an extra end Labatt Brier final was '92 in Regina when Vic Peters beat Russ Howard 4-3.
Shot.
The interesting thing is if Manitoba freezes this right flush to that, do you run it or do you guard it?
Decision time.
Oh, for sure.
What would you do?
Last, Ken.
I think I'd still run it. The way Kevin Martin throws, I would
move it a bit.
Stoughton looking to score 2, and he has to make his final 2 stones count to achieve that goal.
Clean, clean, clean. Yeah, for line. For line. Yep. Hard for line.
They left that rock a long time.
Hard for line. Yep.
You don't want it to curl across the face of it. Pretty good shot.
Yeah.
On the ring zone.
So I tell you what, it's not easy to get way out there and draw.
No.
I think it's probably a good bet, eh?
He's going to play the guard.
His turn? Yeah. Tight guard. I think it's a smart play, don't you?
Well, it's easy to pick out. He'll get his one, we go the extra end, but...
It's easy to pick. You can't see either side of it.
No. Pick that out. Force him to one, right?
Yeah. That's a good call. Throw center guard.
Well, I wonder what all the armchair skips think about this decision by Kevin Martin.
Well, there's a lot of theories that you never give a team an opportunity to win a game. And that you can win a game as long as you've got one in there and try to come down to it. But let me tell you, I mean, he better make a perfect guard here. But like he says, you see with those rocks, they're right on the center line. He's actually cut off the outturn and the in-turn draw. Then if you play the hit, you know, there's a chance you can jab it. But I hate this shot. I honestly do. I feel very uncomfortable throwing this guard.
Okay, line's nice.
Yep.
Clean.
Yep.
Hurt. It's good. Okay.
Clean it.
Clean. Clean.
Clean.
Might over curl. Clean. Clean. Clean.
Well, he's going to force Jeff Stoughton to play the draw to force an extra end.
It's a tough shot. The nice thing for Alberta is that rock pulled over to the other side of center, kind of blocking the in-turn. And Jeff can see half of it, but whether the rock will make the big move at the end enough to tap him back is another thing. I think he's got to play a cold draw and move his into the side of the forefoot.
Yeah, we can call time. Time out. Time out. I don't think we can get it, Ken. Do you?
That's pretty tight. Gotta make sure we get our one.
I don't think we can even tap for two. Have to curl an awful lot at the end, eh?
Yeah.
Well, let's make sure. Like, I mean, I got to throw way back here to get it out, eh?
Yeah.
So I don't think it would.
Just play straight tap, or?
Yeah, I think it's tap for. I like the tap.
Right.
He has decided to try and tap his own back.
Well, I don't think he can get to that back one belonging to Alberta. I don't think he can play the straight back to get to because he has to throw back green way, and I don't think it'll move there enough for him. The tough part for Jeff is that the rocks are really close together. One on top of the forefoot, one on the back of the forefoot. So he's just going to try and move his to the white part.
We're just tapping for one, eh? Button weight.
Well, this could be the shot of Jeff Stoughton's career right here.
He has to move it about 8 inches to a foot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yield right away.
Go for line.
Yeah. Gotta go for weight, guys. Gotta go. Gotta go. Take a look. Take a look.
Is Alberta going to win it, or is it going to an extra end?
It's not moving at all. He's got to move it a little bit lower.
Whoa, this is going to be close. He may have just made it. It looks from the overhead as though he has just rolled into the four enough to edge out the yellow Alberta rock, but this is going to come down to a measurement.
Oh, that was a close to hitting it. If he hits it a little bit thicker, he does not get shot.
It is very, very close. This measurement will determine whether Alberta is the '96 champion or whether we're going to an extra end.
There you see the needle moving about. And this one, that's the Alberta rock. Now to the Manitoba rock. And I think he just got it by quite a bit.
Yeah, he has. It's an extra end. And a sigh of relief for the Manitoba contingent here at the Riverside Coliseum in Kamloops. And we'll be back with the extra end of this championship game after this break.
Many traits combine to make a good curler: creativity, innovation, and dedication. I'm Russ Howard, and throughout this series, I'd like to share with you a few of the tips that have helped make me successful. Curling is a game of inches. To consistently get the stones down where you want them every single time, try concentrating on your release. A full handshake position at the end of your release will allow proper spin all the way down. Get into the habit of using the same release every time, regardless of the shot. Consistency is crucial. You should be throwing the stone the same way every single time. Similar to the golf grip, hold your wrist very high and relaxed. Remember, the turn on the rock has to be imparted by the wrist and not by your arm. For Ford Hot Shots, I'm Russ Howard.
When my Joey had diaper rash, I felt like crying too. I wish I'd known about this. Baby Fresh Diaper Rash Prevention. The only brand that helps prevent diaper rash. No other brand lays down an invisible protective barrier that helps block irritating wetness. Plus it's big, thick, and incredibly gentle. And to us, nothing could feel better than that. Baby Fresh Diaper Rash Prevention. Cleans gently, protects gently.
The fact is, all cars are targets for car theft. New cars may have a higher value, but older cars can bring in big cash for their parts. So if you're not using the club, you're inviting a thief to steal your car. Stop. Don't fall prey to car theft. Get the club. Statistics show that the club is over 99% effective in reducing auto theft. Protect your vehicle from theft with the club. Now available in a variety of highly visible colors.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Aha! Oh, hi. I'm using this ordinary telescope to take a look at auto repairs. My hunch is we're going to see something kind of interesting here, and look, there it is right now. At some places, you're not allowed to see what's going on with your car. However, at Midas, things are completely different. Look at this. They take you under the car. They let you see just what needs fixing and what can wait. You're in the loop, I tell you. Midas, the way it should be.
Well, this is only the third time since the playoff format was introduced in 1980 that the championship game has gone to an extra end. And Don Walchuk certainly remembers the very first one. That was back in 1985 when Al Hackner of Northern Ontario defeated Pat Ryan of Alberta 6-5 on the extra end. And I'm sure some of our viewers will recall that tremendous double takeout for two that Northern Ontario's Al Hackner made in the 10th end to force the extra end. Then in 1992, it was Manitoba defeating Ontario. Vic Peters over Russ Howard 4-3 on an extra end. And this is the third time that overtime has been necessary to determine the Labatt-Brier winner.
It was really interesting. During the break, the Manitoba team were standing together, and Jeff Stoughton said when he let it go, he thought he was light, and Gould and Vandenberg took that rock an awful long way. And, you know, I thought maybe they might have swept it a little bit more. They would have got by. I don't know whether they would have had enough to tap the Alberta rock back, but let me tell you, if he hits that front one a little bit thicker, they're toast. A great job of sweeping by Gould and Vandenberg.
This guard is in the free guard zone, so Bartlett has to be careful when he removes it. He can't remove the red rock from play.
Your way, Sean.
Just trying to chip it off.
It might get stuck in the frost over there for, Stoughton. Good sweeping for Stoughton, so now that rock has to go back.
Now there's the free guard zone in its entirety, right there. Now, they have to put it back.
I don't know.
All Bartlett wanted to do was thin chip it out.
Where's the...
Just over to the bumpers, but not touching it.
Where's the chart?
Where's the chart when you need them?
They're waiting for an official.
Yo-ho!
To make a decision as to where the rock rested.
Was it almost? Is it good? Okay. Yeah.
Do you think she really knows where it was? Anyway. It's on the center line, 2 feet over the hog line. Good shot by Gould. Now here's the big shot.
Good line.
Get it in the 4-foot and protect it for 6 guards.
Good line. Wait only. A lot of room.
You hear him saying a lot of room.
Handle on it, guys. Handle on it.
You hear Jeff saying no handle on it. There is no turn on it at all.
You really, really need that rock in the 4-foot because now you keep peeling and you're going to give Martin a...
Well, it's not bad, though, because Martin's got to make a play either on one or the other. You always got the one in the house, but they're going to waste a lot of rocks running off that front one. The only thing you got to hope is that they don't make a run back. But you're right, that rock had to be in the 4-foot, but not a bad spot.
And I'm sure that Kevin Martin may have said to Don Bart, but not quite as much weight as the peel you threw previously where you gassed.
You know, Jeff Stoughton will put the rock try and put it back in exactly the same spot 6 times in a row, or 5 times in a row. Then maybe with his last one, he'll go around that one that's in the 12-foot. Say to Kevin, okay, you draw the 4-foot.
Well, that's what Kevin Martin forced Stoughton to do on the 10th.
What's across with it?
Well, that was a tough shot by Jeff Stoughton.
Sit down.
You're yelling, sit down.
Don't tell me Gary's done this again.
No, not bad. Pretty good.
Good.
I think a little bit tighter than they wanted because this Alberta team is good at running guards and running 2 of them off. You know, when
Boy, there's a lot of snowballs laying in the house now.
Snowballs.
He's talking about the frost buildup that has come off the brooms, and it has accumulated in the rings.
A lot of frost buildup. You can see it just by that picture right there. Look at the marks on the ice. That tells you that there's frost.
Hurry! Oh! Oh! No. Okay.
Sean Broda will peel the guard and roll the shooter out of play.
A little bit of a break for Manitoba there that he didn't run them both. Now it's going to give Vandenberg a better chance to maybe pull that rock a little bit more on the center line and a little higher up, closer to the hog line.
Sit hard.
So you got a little too much weight.
What's the weight?
I'll tell you one thing, those are sweepers.
Sun might be down to it. Come on. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Nah, that's no good at
Whoa,
all.
whoa, whoa. Yep, come on. Come on, come on.
That's no good. You have to put them out in front.
And now Kevin Martin has the opportunity to get rid of both of them.
Well, that's the key.
Spiel.
Alberta second, Sean Broda looking to run both Manitoba rocks.
Hard! Hard! Hard!
Only get one.
Well, that's a big, big break for Manitoba.
Right.
Number one is they moved that rock closer to the center line. And now it's going to be the outturn they can maybe go around. Jeff will still want a rock out in front. See, he's sending out what he's accomplishing to do here. He's trying to make them waste rock, and that's exactly what he's doing. So he's really accomplishing it.
In case you've just joined us, this is the extra end of the 96th Labatt Brier final with Kevin Martin of Alberta and Jeff Stoughton of Manitoba, all even at 7. And we're down to third stone.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not bad.
Anywhere between the house and the hog line will be a good shot.
This one is also coming in too deep.
Not bad, though. At least it's out in front.
The angle's certainly there for both to go, though.
Oh, yeah.
Plus your shooter.
And if there's anyone capable of making that shot, it's the man in the hack, Don Walchuk.
But if he hits it on the nose, he'll make the double, but he'll leave his shooter there.
Yep. Hard.
He gets them both, but that was the danger. He left his shooter out front.
That's right. It's closer to the 4-foot again. The fans think it's a great shot, but it's not that great.
Great break for Manitoba because it allows them to get their shot rock right into the 4-foot now.
Well, Manitoba's had a couple of breaks on this yak strand.
The nice thing for Manitoba is that now they're playing the curling turn. The out turn run very, very straight if you got a little bit out. But this rock will move big time at the end.
Got room. Nice weight. Hip. Hard. Whoa, 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 whoa. Lot of room. Lots of room. Ton of room. Wolf can. Ton of room, guys. Come on. Ton of room. Come on. Right up. First will go. First will go. Come on, Steve. Come on. Good wrestling, guys.
5 rocks remain to be played.
Gorgeous weight by Ken Tresser. It just never moved for him at the end. You see the amount of ice that Kevin Martin is giving Don Walchuk.
Hurry.
Needless to say, nobody's left the building for the Brier patch.
Whoa. Whoa.
shooter rolls out, and now skip Jeff Stoughton will try and bury his first stone of this extra end.
Well, you know, I think Jeff Stoughton's rock
had a chance for the double.
Because he doesn't throw as much rotation on his curling rock as Kenny Tresser does, it will move at the end. So this is a very critical factor when he lets this rock go. He kind of lets it nice and smooth. Tresser gives it a little bit of motion, so it's got a lot of turn on it. And you know what? The more spin you put on a rock, the less it curls. So for Jeff Stoughton, his will curl a little bit more. So he's taking roughly the same ice as he gave Kenny Tresser.
If it is deep, eh? Make sure we got room for two. If it's deep, make sure we have room for two.
What he means by that, if it's going to go deep, make sure he gets it well back there so that he can get another one in on top of it.
Midline. Good. Midline. Yep.
They want to be as close to the guard as possible when going by, and there appears to be plenty of room.
Yep. No room. Come on, hard. Hurry. Hurry, hurry.
Great draw by Jeff Stoughton with his first stone of the extra end.
Well, you see, that's about a half a rock over, so his rock did make a little bit more move, but it's still partially open.
Jeff Stoughton looking to win his first Brier. Don Walchuk after his third, and skip Kevin Martin is searching for his second.
That's beautiful draw weight for Jeff Stoughton.
Hey? Not really, no.
Will he get past the guard?
He's tight. No, he's all over it.
Yep. Line, same line. Damn. It's all right.
Yes, one word sums it up.
Okay, if you're Jeff Stoughton, I think you want to place the guard in this area here so that you cover off this side of the forefoot. This rock will stay here very straight on the outturn. Inturn's got a lot of movement, so I think if you're going to protect the side, you want to protect the intern side.
All line, yeah.
You heard Jeff say all line.
Yeah.
The rock that he has in the house is in beautiful position. In front of the tee line, in front of the can.
Whoa, little tight. Little too tight. Come on, come on.
Too much.
Whoa,
we're good.
Whoa,
We're good.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa, it's fine. Whoa.
Well, Jeff Stoughton has said to Kevin Martin, you have to do it now by drawing almost to the button.
Well, it's a beautiful guard. It's dead on, and Kevin Martin has only one shot, and that's to draw clean to the white, the 1 foot, no backing. Now the key is he throwing number 7 rock or number 8 rock?
I was thinking that very same thing. You'll recall earlier he was having some difficulties with his draw weight, talking about the 2 different stones he is throwing. So Kevin Martin with this delivery will either win the Brier, and he's throwing number 8, or see Jeff Stoughton move on to the Worlds in Hamilton. Here it is, folks.
And what a great finish to a great Brier. And you wouldn't want it any other way if you were Martin or Stoughton.
Okay.
Yep.
Line's good.
Hard. Hard. Hard.
It's curling too much.
Yep. Hurry.
Stoughton with a huge draw on the 10th to force the extra end, and he steals it on the 11th.
And the big thing, Don, is he's beaten Kevin Martin 3 times in 3 great curling games.
All 3 decided by a single point, and when you beat the same rink 3 times.
The crowd was small but enthusiastic. They were there to meet the new Canadian men's curling champion and his rink from Charleswood. Jeff Stoughton had beaten Kevin Martin's Alberta rink in an extra end to win the battle. But today was still talking about that incredible angle raise in the 7th.
You know, unbelievable. He was making a lot of those all week, and he pulled one off against us in the final there. But, you know, we held it together and fought back, and we made him make a real tough shot in the extra, and he just missed.
Never have so few words covered so much. After watching Martin take the momentum in 7, Stoughton tied it with his last rock in the 10th, barely, and sent it to an extra end, where the final 2 rocks were as dramatic as any 2 all week.
The key was getting our first one in there, almost touching top of the button, and then, yeah, I was actually a lot more nervous for the guard than I was for the draw on my first one. So the guys just kept it clean all the way down, and it ended up to force them to draw, and what can we say? We pulled it out.
What was your heart rate doing as that last rock was coming down?
It actually wasn't that bad. I guess once he released it and that, you're just thinking, well, we might have a chance, but if he makes it, he would deserve the win. But once it got there, we figured we had a good shot at rolling him out, and we did, so it was unbelievable.
And talk about keeping the title in the family. Third Ken Tresser is world champion Kerry Burtnick's brother-in-law. You can bet there'll be a few discussions before the Stoughton rink heads to Hamilton in 2 weeks.
Manitoba's 25th win at the Brier in a stirring finish. This is the way they welcome a curling champion in Manitoba. Jeff Stoughton, the latest private citizen turned celebrity in a curling-crazed province. Last year's Brier and world champion Kerry Burtnick joining the Winnipeg welcome.
Manitoba has such a great reputation for great curlers coming out of the province, and to follow in their footsteps is just unbelievable.
Jeff Stoughton had a comfortable 5-3 lead in the 7th end when Alberta's Kevin Martin raised the stakes by attempting a risky angle raise takeout.
You know he's close. Look at this. Straight back. He's got it.
Spectacular. Martin scores 3 and jumps into a 6-5 lead. Back and forth the lead would change until the 10th end. Stoughton with the hammer, needing a tap back on a Martin rock he cannot see. Stoughton's stone nicks his own, requiring a tension-packed measurement. Manitoba scores 1, and we're tied at 7 heading for extra ends.
And a sigh of relief for the Manitoba.
In the 11th, Stoughton buries his rock behind a guard on frosty ice and then challenges Martin to be just as precise under pressure to win. But Martin misses by that much. Jeff Stoughton gets a steal of 1, his first Brier, and a place in curling history.
Once he released it and that, you're just thinking, well, we might have a chance, but if he makes it, he would deserve the win. But once it got there, we figured we had a good shot at rolling him out, and we did, so it was unbelievable.
You deserve to be Canadian champion.
So a pretty incredible finish.
Province with more Brier victories than any other has added 1 more. Skip Jeff Stoughton and his team of Ken Tresser, Gary Vandenberg and Steve Gould won the Canadian Men's Curling Championship with a heart-stopping victory over Alberta's Kevin Martin.
Here it is, folks.
The most important curling shot in the career of Jeff Stoughton's team wasn't even made by them. With the Brier final tied at 7 in an extra end, Alberta skip Kevin Martin had to draw the button to win.
If he wants to draw the button to beat us in the extra end, then on ice it's getting frosty, then he's more than welcome to. And if he makes the shot, then he deserves to be Canadian champion.
It's turning too much.
Where looked like he had it, and then just at the end it curled up a little bit, and as soon as it touched our rock, we knew we had won.
And then it sunk in that, holy cow, we've won the Brier, so it was just a great feeling.
8-7 was the final. For the 3rd time in a week, Manitoba had beaten Kevin Martin.
Everyone is saying how it wasn't that strong of a field, but with Kevin Martin there, former Brier champion, and beating him 3 times, that's quite an accomplishment.
The Charleswood rink returned home Monday afternoon, still slightly dazed, but nonetheless aware of the magnitude of their victory.
Stevie Wonder!
You always think it's going to be a great feeling, but no, nothing can compare to that in life. Like, unbelievable. I still don't know what I've done.
Steve Gould, Gary Vandenberg, Ken Trezor, and Jeff Stoughton won't have long to rest and enjoy their Brier victory. The Charleswood foursome now has to prepare for the upcoming World Championships, which open March 23rd in Hamilton.
We want to perform as well as we can at the Worlds, and if we win, that would be just the capper to a great year.
It has been a great year.
Brier was one of the biggest names in the game. He beat for the championship, and Stoughton did so 3 times.
We're not putting any pressure on, like none.
That's how it might have seemed, but the Brier final was pressure-packed for both Alberta's Kevin Martin and Manitoba's Jeff Stoughton. They dueled for the 3rd time in 8 days in Kamloops, and in the 10th, down by 1, Stoughton with his last rock had to end up with the majority of the 4-foot. He would, but only by a fraction of an inch. That sent the game to an extra end, and in the 11th, Stoughton put all the pressure on Martin, forcing the 91 Brier champion to draw the button for the title.
We played a real good last end, forced him to make a real tough shot, so once that was over, it really hit home, and it was an unbelievable accomplishment for our team. The guys played great all week, so it's just wonderful right now.
Steve, you're too young, aren't you, to win this thing?
Everybody keeps telling me that. My teammates keep telling me that, so I'm lucky. I'm very lucky. I feel fortunate to play with those guys, and I always thought I could win, and the age never came into play, but I look back and all the great players like Burtnick, Mark Olson, Spencer, and Camerlock, they won at my age.
Incredible. I can't even put it in words. It's the best feeling my sporting life by far. And it was great to see the curling community out to welcome the Brier champs home, including Kerry Burtnick, last year's world champion. And it's off to Hamilton for the Stoughton team and this year's world championship and the 4-rock free guard zone. We'll maybe get a few games in with that rule. We'll talk with Kerry Burtnick a bit. He's a brother-in-law, and he was there last year, so talk to him for some advice. And actually, the CCA gave us a video on the 4-rock rule, so that'll probably help too. And by the way, Kevin Martin never did live up to that promise of his of buying Stoughton a drink for beating him 3 times.
See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
What was Ned like back in the 80s?
He's hotter than Rick Springfield.
You want a piece of me, Civil War dude? Tonight at 9.